Welcome everybody to War Commander Unshackled, the end of Brother Wrath. Well, we have a full fucking panel yet again this week. On tonight's panel, we have David, the Douche Dark Shadows. We have Debo. We have Wild Eyed Daba Phoenix. We have Dejer. We have the one and only Tech Ninja Dez. Sorry, but that will always be your name. We have Iron Man. We have, damn, I don't know who the hell you are. Jesse, I don't know what your game name is, so that's what we're going to call you. We have the Queen, the Almighty and Powerful Skipjack. We have the Immortal. Damn it, shut up, Jordan. We have the Immortal Dr. Phil. And of course, yours truly, Shadow Killer. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the event is finally fucking over. First day, god damn, was it a nightmare. But after first day, it rocked out. I had a great time doing this event. I only did it twice because I didn't really need to get much, but it was fun as hell for me. It was a missile fucking bonanza. I mean, drop missiles, walk through the event. Drop missiles, walk through the event. It was awesome, in my opinion. I mean, other than day one, I had a blast. We have a Daba. Do we have the tally up for the? Oh well, he'll be back in a couple of minutes. So,
Yeah. I
all
got.
right.
I just
Well,
got to make a phone call, but give
I
me.
have
all
to
right.
tally up if you need to screen share something,
All right. Cool.
I
We
will.
have.
which I will
I
do
have it. Just
now.
let me load it in real quick.
All
Boom.
right. Go ahead. We
I
have
got it.
the We have the results on what you guys out there in the community that were on the forums posted. I would like to have everybody we have 46 viewers. I want to see 46 responses on how you guys felt the event went, what you guys thought, what you needed, what you think Kickside needs to do to improve on the event. Um, we want to know. Um, you know that Kickside does watch this show. You know they watch the replay, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna talk about that because our shows usually run really long, and I doubt they sit through 3 fucking hours. So we are going to go ahead and we are going to discuss the event. And yes, that's right. You guys seen my post. I know you did. I do have a special surprise for the community. I will be showing that later. No telling when. I am that kind of fucking person. It might be now. It might be halfway through. Hell, it might be at the end. But I do have something to show you guys. So while we're discussing the event, I want you guys to put it out there on YouTube, 1 through 10. We want to know what you guys think, how this event was. All right, we're going to start down there with David. David!
All right.
David, we need to know
Yo.
stuff.
Now we need to know stuff. Okay. Well, let's see here. For the higher levels, I will give it a 8.5, 9. I actually enjoyed it until the end. After going 2 times through, it tended to be a little bit of a grind. For the lowers, honestly, unless their missiles were maxed, there's no way they would have gotten through without help. For the for the lowers to mids, honestly. So for them, I mean, yeah, it'll be a grind for them to get help and whatnot. But then again, Doc went through it, so if he can do it, anybody
Shut
can.
up, David. I busted my ass in this event.
Yes, you did, and I am proud of you. You did very good this event. So I will leave it at that. I mean, like I said, I did enjoy it after I went through the 2 times, and then the grind of keeping that mission bar going for everybody else. So, but it was a good event, I would say.
Okay, Debo.
Yeah, I had a blast on the event. I'm gonna give it a 9. I loved it. It was easy for anybody my level, any of the high levels out there. A lot of the smaller guys in my clan had no issues, no problems. Prizes. I mean, for somebody like me, I have everything. I would really like to see some more tech or some older tech in the prize list. I ended up spending 3 million. I bought all the Phantom skins I didn't have, but I mean, it was great, and I just kept on. My goal was top 10. I made it to number 8, so excited about that.
All right. Dauber, you want to go next, or you want to wait?
Yeah, I'm free.
All right,
Can
go
you hear
ahead.
me okay?
Yeah.
All right, so this will be my first event. I got to mark it. I'm gonna be optimistic here. For the higher levels, I think it was at least like a 9.5. The only reason I'm not giving it a 10 is that 50 wave. 50 wave, I did it, but it was just annoying having to just sit there and watch my units kill. I like to do stuff. I'm very fidgety and stuff, and I don't like to just sit there for 4 minutes watching my stuff kill. Even though I was able to do it just mainly with the units they gave you, it just was time consuming for that one. Even though I like the idea of doing different objectives other than smashing the base. Like back a couple events ago, we had the 95 where they dropped you right in the middle, and then you had to fight your way out. I like the unique stuff like that. I'm in the same boat as Debo though. I bought the trophy and then I just ranked up. I was like, well, I was only doing them for the new Vindicators and the Furies. I think I wound up with like 24 Furies and like 31 other way, 31 Furies and like 24 Vindicators. I'm never gonna use all them, but I'm just basically just doing it for the sector bar to keep the sector bar going, and then also so I had like 3 or 4 million XP. I have no use for. I went to my hailstorms and just bought all of them just because, so this way they'd be out of the store. So that's going to be my goal, is to get all that old stuff out of there, because once you buy the max, it disappears. So I want to see if I can get all that old junk out, because I already got 100 I know I got 200 liberators I can build if I really want to. And actually with this new thorium thing, I think I'm gonna go crazy on them. But so yeah, I loved it. And missiles, if you all you guys out there that ain't got your PKs and Mavs maxed, get them maxed. We got another similar event like this. And also like the week before, stock up on Res and Thor, because that's what saved me this event. I had like 80 torches building, and I had like 80 million Thor. And every night I would just fill up my Thor before I went to bed. And yeah, the 80 million or 70 million Thor would last me the whole day with missiles. And so, yeah, I used to hate missiles, but use everything that Kixeye gives you. And just take your time with the event. And that's my final thing, is I love the fact that they actually give us an event where you can't just Ruby all your stuff and just you actually have to take your time, like the 65. When I went in, I was like, crap, there's 2 hunters and two radio towers, and I was like, well, how do I take this? Because I was trying to do it without missiles, and it took a little bit of time and picking at it, but I was able to get it without missiles. And then I just became lazy and just started missile spamming everything.
It happens.
All right. D.
I had a great event. I give it a 8.5 to 9. I did not have any of the tech for my old Elite Titan, and I went in and pounded that. I was trying to get to the trophy because that was a nice trophy. I give them credit on that one, but I did quite make it. Like I said, great event. I don't know what else you can say. I enjoyed it, and the challenge, I mean, besides missile spamming, was picking off. And I love the 50. I mean, you could send in the tank and let it get killed, and then send in the other guys and let them get killed, and then sit back, and finally your units would take on the rest of it. But all in all, I got to say 8.5 to 9.
All right. Jordan, you are fresh and back from the game for being away for a while. What about you? How do you think how the event went?
Unmute yourself first, buddy.
I loved it. Coming back after, I forget what my last event was, but it was a horrible event. And it was probably the reason I left, honestly. And coming back into this one, it was it was pretty fun to see that base, and especially with the units I had, I actually had to work for that stuff. So I, just like Daba said, I didn't go in there missile spamming at first. I think I used maybe 2 missiles altogether. Got to 65 and was like, damn, this is where I give up. But all in all, it was a good event. I got further than I thought I would.
All right. Iron Man.
Well, I give it like an 8 out of 5. I didn't use one missile at all, unlike the rest of you. So I had my Legion. Why would I need missiles? I had Growler. Why would I need missiles? I had my Liberators, of course. I didn't get all the way through because life, but I got up to 70. I got 2 out of 4 master bases, and I got a few things. Nothing spectacular, but I at least got 1 new tank. Yeah, that's that.
All right. What about you, Jess?
McLovin.
Wake up, damn it.
All right. Go ahead, Skip.
All right. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. I saw him on mute. I don't know what happened. I know we could hear him earlier. Okay. Jim gives it an 8. I'm just going to throw that in there. And for one of the reasons that I'm going to give it a different ranking, just because of the event prize list. You guys all, again, know how long he's been playing. He started playing the same week that Holly started playing. And so he's giving it a solid 8, and only because of the event prize list. The only thing Jim got or needed was the trophy. So before I give you my rating, I'm going to give him a little hand for that because that's all he needed. So, and that's really all he wanted because he's, gotten some of the other things. So I'm going to give it a 9 because, again, also of the event prize list. And I'm just going to share a little tiny tidbit of information that was addressed during the event. And so look for a better prize list. I can't give you details, but look for a little bit more creativity and a better prize list right from the horse's mouth. I won't say which one, but it was also agreed by the team that the prize list was kind of, winky. So they acknowledge that, and they're going to address that next time. So, hopefully knock your socks off. If there's something that you want, let us know so we could share in another show. So, again, I'm going to give it a solid 9. I would like to say, though, I feel the same way that Dava felt about the 50. I'm so glad he said that. I really do love the idea and the concept. Ever since they brought this out, and I can't remember which event it was, when we got we were allowed to use the, don't tell me, Apollos. And then the other tank that just smashes the shit out of everything and just obliterates the hammer. I don't remember what event base that was. I love the concept. But again, I don't just like to just sit there and watch stuff. I really would like if they just kind of mix it up a little, like threw us in the middle or gave us a little curve, just give us some kind of challenge instead of just sitting there and waiting for, those things to finish. Had to help some levels. I agree with some of the comments that are already in the YouTube chat. But for the low levels, it was hard for them to get some of those units that are critical key units. So even when I was done with my event, I was dropping missiles for people because I had the Thor and or coin or the time to do it. So I could just obliterate something for them and then let them go and do what they needed to do so they could advance. Also, not giving a solid 10 because of some of the sprites in the upper level bases. I personally didn't experience lag, but I was in Google Plus Hangouts with a couple people who were experiencing lag, and I was trying to tweak them the best I could with what knowledge I have of computers and so on and so forth, and nothing I did helped them. So that had to be something, even running a trace route and doing speed tests and the whole 9 yards. You guys know that I know my shit. It was on Kick-Size Ed, so I don't understand why I wasn't having the same issues they were, but it was not their computer. So they really need to work on some of those frame rates for the higher bases and just cut down on some of the sprites for the lag. And also, I did get my engine shells. So thank you, Peel, for reminding me of the critical parts for the Omega Titan, because I was one of those people that got screwed out of my metals.
I hope
for
they
one.
come back. To be honest, I missed out on that one.
I do. I agree. And you know what? There were actually some people that were so excited about the new stuff. They didn't scroll down far enough. I did get a PM from a couple people. They didn't scroll down and even realize that the Omega Titan parts were in there. So they were just so surprised because they just came out of the gear store. But again, this is Kickside. This is very typical for them to pull something out and then have enough people. Because remember now, before moderator, have enough people say, oh, you took them out too soon. We didn't have enough time. They were 800K a piece. You know, can you give us just a couple more weeks? So this was Kickside's way of saying, oh, yeah, you know, you're right. They were kind of expensive. So they put them in the event store. And they weren't that expensive in the event store. It was only 400 XP.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't that bad. I just want to remind everybody going forward, I also didn't figure this out myself, didn't remember, and I'm a moderator for crying out loud. They really are putting a lot of time into the storyline, hence the character name of Shadow, and we won't go any farther than that, other than the fact that he's a girl. I think that's Kickside's way of saying, ha ha ha, motherfucker, but we're going to give you a character name. But pay attention to the storyline. So when you go into base, don't hit attack right away. Look at that dialogue that's going in the left corner. I didn't realize the dialogue, especially in some of the higher up bases, that the dialogue was actually so critical on what you should or should not do, or surprises in the base. And a 2 thumbs up, and I will give it a 10 on the 20 and the 25 for the resources, because that kept me doing what I needed to do throughout the rest of the game, and then going to get the Thor that I needed to get the missiles that I needed to help other people. So for the 20 and the 25, the design and the fact that it was stacked to the max like a triple double D woman with resources, that's a 2 thumbs up, 10. So that's the rating of my event.
Is this working now?
It should be. Yeah, is it Jesse?
There
my
he
bad.
is.
There
Love
he is.
I had to
that.
refresh everything.
Well, Skippy's done, so you go right ahead, buddy.
I didn't do it on my main account. I was focused more on my alt account. And for low levels, it was really a pain in the ass unless you really got help. So I only saw it from a low level perspective. I didn't see it from my high level perspective.
Well,
That was a
you
pain
rate
in
it
the
as the low
ass.
level out of 10.
Probably like a 5.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, my alt account is pretty strong. I've got about 10 elite hours, the Sandstorm, and the Titan on it, and I couldn't get past 30 by myself. Granted, I don't have any missiles yet. It's a work in progress.
Mm-hmm. It always.
Yeah, they should, like, make it how they used to do it when the lower stuff was easier for the lower levels, and then you had, like, the different categories for the high levels. Back when it was wave-based.
Back
A,
when
B,
it was
and C?
wave-based. A, B, and C, yeah. I used to hit the B's all the time.
I like the
Uh-huh.
ABB concept, but there wasn't a lot of co-op. I'm sorry, I don't want to disagree with you, but I don't want them to go back to that 100% because we weren't able to help the low levels. So at least with this, seriously, I spent some serious coin, Thor, and resources just mavericking the shit out of something with no skill at all, just so somebody could get what they needed to get to their point where they needed to be so they could get something in the event store. So I don't want them to take co-op away. But I see what you're saying. If they could maybe kind of level it a little better for the lowers. I know some lowers that even couldn't make it past level 15 in the defensive wave. So that still needs a little bit of a look-see there. But sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, McLaughlin.
Oh, I'm done. I didn't really do a lot of it, so I don't really have a big say.
Will you come visit me next event, and I'll help you get as far as you need to go, baby.
Thank you.
So before because Shadow's going to take his kid to work, and he's ridiculously put talk about my forum post. So before that happens, the 50 Thorium, VK50s, VK65s, and the VK80s pay out 50% more thorium per today only. I don't know if that's going to roll over till tomorrow, but it
It said
just
through the 26th.
so that
So in
is
theory, it should be tomorrow.
so we'll get 48 hours pretty much, give or take.
Day and a half. Day and a half until the update, most likely.
That'll do nicely. Because if you don't take advantage of that, personally, you're an idiot. But
I'm
okay,
gonna close my workshop tomorrow
I know
and
it's
just go
helping me.
crazy on it.
it's getting a lot of shit built for me too. And I don't usually have time to sit out and grind out 50s and 65s all day when they only pay out 50 and 5. Now they're paying out more. It's a good opportunity to really go and get some thorium in your base. Get your Liberators, Hammers, Hades, Furies, Apollos, that all the new thorium shit to go and do. So I'm going to paraphrase myself here because my forum post, as you know, is extremely long and extremely detailed and extremely descriptive because that's the kind of thing I do and that's the kind of thing that the devs like. If you hate on it, then hate on it. I really, really don't give a fuck. Because there's always one douchebag about a day and a half after I posted it, why the fucking post is too long, blah, 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 you suck. Eat a dick.
That would be me.
Shut up, David. You read my fucking forum post.
Of course I did.
I'll just delete it.
You'll just ban Dr. Phil from the forums for being too long.
Yeah.
Well, you go ahead and do that, and then take it up with Skid Jack, and then take it.
It gave me a headache, so I had to ban him.
I would make sure you got a headache if you banned me from the forums.
Oh, trust me, people have tried.
I would succeed because that's me.
I've taken on Shadow, and I don't know if Skip remember. I don't know if any of you guys remember him, but do you guys remember Skip? I know you remember him. Do you remember the kid named Trolling?
Say it again. I'm sorry. What was his name?
Trolling.
Yeah.
Oh, good God, no, not him, please, no. He needs to come back so he can troll Dr. Phil. Okay,
Oh my
God.
we're fucking with his
Oh,
chi.
no,
Let's let him get back to it.
No. You have no idea what kind of a headache, what kind of all-nighters Jordan and I had to play because Trolling would wait for everybody to be gone, thinking me and Jordan was gone, and he'd come a trolling. No. Don't wish that.
I have literally, I think I have 53 people banned, or 53 or 73 people banned, and he is literally 50 of them.
He is like the guy. Seriously, he is like the guy that Peel has that is always sending him PMs, and I can't remember that guy's name, but he is like a perennial. Just will keep going just because he can, and if he can't do it in forums, he'll go do it in chat. And then he just keep making more accounts. Yeah, we don't.
He made a Shadow Killer account called Shadow. What was it, like Cato Schiller or something like that?
It was something, and whatever it was enough that I thought it was Shadow Killer, and then I thought to myself, why would he do that? Because I would, Kickstarter would instantly ban him for that name, and I was like, oh wait a minute, this is Shadow Killer, this is trolling.
Okay.
Yeah, don't wish that.
Back to Dr. Phil. Now that we fucked up his chi.
My chi has not been fucked up. It was a relevant conversation because somebody wanted to ban me, and I've got to be breaking all the forum rules, which I don't do on purpose because I know it pisses off Tony.
No, I read through your whole thread.
I'm stroking Dr. Phil's chi.
You do that. Hello.
Talk about the first.
Now that's how you do a distraction, David. You do it the good way.
What? Talk about the first thing that pops up.
Shut up, David. Right. I'm going to paraphrase myself. Thank you very much. Right. The event as a whole, for me, I rocked it. I enjoyed the event more than I've enjoyed any other event, bar one in the whole history of Kicks Iron events. And I've done a lot of fucking events over the last 7 years. I can tell you that for nothing. All the way from Backyard Monsters, Battle Pirates, War Commander, Vega Conflict, done a bunch of them. And this one is the second event that is highly rated on my scale. There is only one event that is higher than that, and that was a Vega event about 8.5 months ago that scored a perfect 10. No other event in Kickstarter history has ever scored a perfect 10 except that one. This one scores an 8.5. For the simple fact of I enjoyed it. The waves weren't they were incremental rather than easy, punch you in the face. That's if the incremental difficulty was far easier to deal with than easy, punch in the face. The defense track, since I got some tips from a couple of the guys that have been on the panel, He might be in the chat. A guy by the name of Satan, also known as Jamie. No, I'm not doxing anybody. If I am, then I just said his first name, no surname. I haven't posted his address. I haven't posted his information. Just his first name. He knows who he is, and he's an awesome bloke. And he's English, which doubles it. So I'm not doxing anybody. I just want to make that perfectly clear. For legal ramifications and all the usual bullshit that comes with that. Thanks to him, I made some massive changes to my base. It got me through the defense waves up to 19 on the first round. Took me a couple of tries to get through the last wave, but I did it. And I carried on from there. The master waves, on the other hand, the 30 and the 120 were easier to do than the 60 and the 90. Figure that one out. That was that one. The XP, it's still too low, especially for the mid-level players. Even the guys who have got pretty much, I've got most of the stuff that's in the gear store already, bar a couple of the Omega Techs for the Titan, which I think I have all but one or two. I'd have to double check. The Phantom, I'm not bothering with because it's just another thing on my queue that I continually have to do, and I'm going to bring it back up again. The XP needs to be boosted to at least 750,000.
It used to be like that. Now
at least.
Like...
It used to be a damn sight higher. The old A waves used to pay out 1 million XP. Now I say 750k because that will piss off every single trophy hunter. And I know people play the event just to pick up the trophy, not bother with anything else, get a couple of the units, and that's it. They'll stop at one pull through. And playing devil's advocate a little, it gets people more XP, and it makes people carry on. Trophy hunters, yeah, fine. We all like to collect things. I got my first trophy out of the event, and I actually coined the building for I think it was 7 or 8 gold just to put the damn trophy in my base because I wanted it and I got it. If you can put the seat time in to do events like this, they may be grindy and it may piss you the fuck off. But if you can put the seat time in, you'll be golden. After I think it was I did all the way through 70, 85. The 90 is where I started the missiles. 90, 95, and so on was concentrating fire on one particular set of buildings. Missile, 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 bang, 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 job done. I could clean up the rest of the base, no problem. Use everything in your arsenal. Even if you have to hit one base, spend 10 minutes collecting resin thorium to go and hit the next base. Might take you a little bit longer, but if you can put in the seat time to do it, you'll succeed. And that's exactly why I was able to, I think I did about 3 complete run-throughs and did the first 10 or 12 attack and defense waves just for components and extra XP that I could pick up more shit with. But my biggest gripe with the event as a whole, it's why it hasn't scored higher than an 8.5, is that fucking sector bar. I hate that goddamn sector bar. Forcing people to play an event, even though they've already finished, is morally and ethically fucking wrong. You can't force people to play when they don't want to play. If they're done, they're done. That's it. Like that sector bar pushes people to get 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, 10 million XP. And they don't even have anything to spend it on. That much XP. Don't need anything. They've got all the paints, they've got all the parts, they've got all the units. They're maxed out on probably most of it. I know Shadow's maxed on expert howlers. I know Pascal's maxed on expert howlers. And a bunch of other people that I've played with and know and talked to are maxed on all of the units that are actually worth anything. And this is the point that I have tried to prove 1,000 fucking times. That reset token, when it was put in the master track, is completely useless. They moved it into the end of the defense tier. If you can get help to get to the end of the defense tier, yes, it will help you 1,000 times over. But if you can't get help to get to the end of the track and you can't get there by yourself, the reset token is absolutely useless. I ended the event, I still had 3 resets left. because I didn't use them, because I didn't need to. If you can get the token, you don't need it. You really don't. It drives me absolutely spare to go through some of these events and succeed and do really well for myself and have another accomplishment that I can tag onto my long list of accomplishments that I've done throughout the years of careers and games and everything else. But it drives me absolutely nuts to see the bottleneck between the low levels, the mid levels, and the higher level players, and those guys that are classified under the elite status, because they have everything, every unit, every level, every maximum base. They've got everything that is maxed. Those are the elite players. They're few in number, or rather, legitimate elite players that are few in number, that have spent all that money, could produce every single transaction they've ever spent, never been created, never been banned for anything, are respectful enough to other people, and can actually converse with the community. It's why I mentioned Satan earlier, because he is one of those elite status players. He is respectful. He's a nice guy. He's healthy a bunch. Cargral is another one. He is an elite status player, and he's done the same. He helps the community. He puts out videos every single day. And Siddy's another great guy. He does exactly the same. He took out an Omega, a VK80 using no Omega Titan and no Omega Sandstorm. Do you know how difficult it is to find videos like that are actually worth a damn? Extremely difficult is the answer to that question. But it's going from the bottleneck between the players, and then you've got the tech center bottleneck. KXI have just put out 2 brand new units. There's going to be the new Shadow Ops unit. There's still the Juggernaut, and you've still got players doing the upgrades for the Elite Titan to Omega. You've still got players doing the upgrade from the Elite Sandstorm to the Omega Sandstorm and the Omega Phantom. That's 3 units just to go through those levels, even if they're level 21. Is what? That's 7 days ago, and that's 9 levels from 31 to 30, and it gets promoted at 30 to 31 or 32, depending on the bugs that KXI have at the time. That's 9 weeks. That's 9 weeks. That's 3 months. That's 6 months. That's 9 months to do all 3 units from 21 to 30 alone.
For me, it's a solid 3.5 months, and I'm relative in the game.
Exactly. And I'm at the point now where it's a case of I have to pick and choose what I want. I am purposely skipping upgrading the Omega Sandstorm, upgrade to the Omega Sandstorm, because I want to work on my Juggernaut, my Apollos, the Purifiers, which are going to be necessary units for future furtherment in the game. Using Liberators and Jericho can get me pretty damn far at the moment, because that's pretty much all I use. And it drives me spare, and this needs to have an addressment. If I am going to put this out, I've put this out in every event post that I've ever done, the bottleneck in the tech center. Since I came back to the game, since we did that the big Legend show with all of the other arbiters, like 7 or 8 months ago, when I came back to War Commander from Vega Conflict and started putting my thoughts into War Commander and really hitting it hard and hitting it home, I've got the attention of KXI and the development, which is great. A lot of the building times have already been lowered, but the bottleneck in the tech center has to be addressed, and it has to be addressed pretty damn soon. Because this is what drove me out of War Commander last time around, was the upgrade times for buildings and the upgrade times for units, because I could not even get to be current, let alone stay current. And I was dropping money left, right, and center, and I couldn't do it because it was too fucking difficult. Even if I dropped a whole bunch of money right now, I'd be spending $5,000 or $6,000 before I'd even be current, let alone anything else.
my base still wouldn't be up to specifications. Half of the tech that I have wouldn't be up there either, simply because of the time required, the resources required, and the money required to do something like that. And by the by, that doesn't include the year's worth of upgrade they put on you in the with the Command Center 11, the Defense Lab all the way to 20, and the defense upgrades, the new Blitz levels, the new Achilles rocket, the Achilles GS. Doesn't include any of that. And now I have to factor all of that into my next building track for my next set of specifications. Because everything I do, I record down on a piece of paper what I'm going to do, when I'm going to do it, what I'm going to do it with, and everything. I mean, I wish some of you could see the notes that I keep. But at some point, I'll get a picture of the fucking notepads, because I've got hundreds of the damn things that to do with old events in War Commander all throughout my kickside career. I know I do the air quotes because it's a kick. Playing a kickside game is having a second job, because if you stop for even a day or a week, you start falling behind. The 3 weeks that I was in hospital, I was 3 weeks behind. If I had those 3 weeks in the game, I'd have my Omega Titan right now, and I'd be playing with it, and I'd be using it for everything that I use my Titan for already. And it gets to the point where if this isn't addressed soon, and I mean pretty damn soon, it's going to start driving people out. It's already driving people out. People quit and come back all the time. But when this is War Commander's last chance, so to speak. For if I leave War Commander again, I will not come back. And that's the end of the line. This is Kickside's last chance. And what I don't want to see is them constantly dropping the upgrades and eventually doing to us what they did to Backyard Monsters. And that's out of nowhere. Just pull the plug. And I have a very, very disparaging feeling that that's about to happen because of Rogue Assault. And I don't like where it's going. I want the game to have balance again and a half-fast, happier player base from the outcome of what I say, what I post on the forums. I try and be as constructive and as criticizing as I possibly can without being insulting, because that's at the core who I am. Yeah, I can tell David he's a cunt, and I can call everybody anything under the sun. But at the end of the day, to get a happier player base is my main aim for a lot of the shit that I do. And that's exactly what I want. I want a happy player base who can play the game without all of this toxicity and hatred that brews between people. You see it with the big alliances with KT and AAF all of the time. They hate each other. They absolutely loathe and despise each other. And I've seen it on their pages, and it's utterly disgusting. That I hate somebody's mother, or I'm gonna do your sister, or some bullshit like that. It has no place in a game like this. Don't get me wrong. I am an aggressive PvP player in a lot of the games that I do, and I do not like grinding. I do not like farming. But if it comes to it, I will sit and do it because I have to progress and become a better player, to have better units and to have better things. Because that's what War Commander is. War Commander is war. That's it. You beat each other over the head. You don't have to have a slanging match just because he wears a different tag than you, or I wear a different tag from David. It doesn't have to be anything like that. I know, David, I'm not insulting you. I'm using you as a... Fuck, I forgot the word.
Example.
Thank you. Example. I'm using him as an example because he's the first person on the end of the panel that he's there, because he's David the Douche. That's who he is. But yeah, he gives me a hard time. I give him a hard time. It happens. It's the bond that we've developed between one another. But when Wrong Finger comes on this show, and honestly, if it doesn't matter if I'm on the panel or not, I am really interested in the kinds of things that he has to say. Even when he was doing the other show, even when he come on, when I wasn't part of it, I would sit down and watch the dev shows, whether they be the War Commander, Battle Pirates, or Vega. When they had a dev, I would sit down and I would watch those shows and listen to what the guy said. Sometimes it was avoiding the question, other times he was straight bang on the point. Because even as a dev, he still has to adhere to his what his boss is telling me that he can say. And sometimes he'll probably get into the shit for some of the shit that he's said before on the show. And as long as it doesn't cost him his job, then he can say whatever. As long as it appeals to the player bases, as long as it appeals to me. And if it appeals to me and I can understand it more than a lot of other people that he will talk about, because when he's been on the shows, he will use the technical jargon just to throw you off. Because that's what devs do. I've thrown technical jargon at people just to shut them up because they annoyed the living crap out of me. I do it all the time. It comes with the job. But I know he reads. I know Ron Thinker reads my posts and the feedback, and I know for a damn that most people read it anyway, even if they say it's too long or you're wrong, or you suck and Kickside doesn't listen, and Kickside don't do this and Kickside don't do that. Every post that I have posted, especially the big ones, there have been shorter ones as well. I know that on each one of those posts, when Ron Thinker's done reading it, he'll either comment on the thread, but he'll always leave it a like. He'll always drop a like on there to let me know he's read it. And that's the kind of feedback that all of you need to start getting on. You need to make it constructive. Not fuck you, Kickside, my shit didn't repair. What?
I wish I can do a like. I would click like on you all day long, you goddamn English stud.
I know you would.
Just go back for every single forum post that he's ever made and just like every single one of them.
Just like every
I've had people do that before, and it's fucking annoying.
Yes, it is, because of all the notifications he gets in his box. I enjoy stuff like this one.
I hate when you send a message to somebody and it shows as a notification even though they haven't replied.
Yeah. That annoys me as well.
You know, one of my favorite things to hear Wrong Thinker say, and you guys would think I'm crazy to say it, okay? But I'm going to say it anyway. Because Dr. Phil and I had been through all kinds of games on all kinds of shows. But he's been a little bit more involved than me. One of my favorite things to hear Kickside say in general, especially a dev. You know what? We screwed the cooch on that one and we got it wrong. You know, or famously, second time he ever appeared with Shadow, said, we really fucked up and we all just rolled. So, I mean, that's what I love about Wrong Thinker is that he's honest.
I'd love to be in that room where somebody's one of the guys who's been in the forums who says, "Oh fuck, Phil's at it again." I'd love to be in that room and just see the look on their faces when I post something like that.
I like to hear them when they say they see Shadow has a new account, they see that you've just posted something, and they see like a few more trolls in there, and they're just like, God damn, they just shut their computer and walk away.
Yeah. But every troll that has gone into my forum, gone into those posts, like my forum, it's not my forum, it's a fucking Kickside forum. Gone into one of my posts on the Kickside forum, posted something stupid, and then I've completely burnt them. I love doing that.
Yes, you have. And to be honest with you, there are times when stuff happens. I try because I know I try to catch the timing when you're going to make your posts so that you don't get, hugely trolled. And yes, there have been a couple times when I've had to close it, but it was me and I owned up to it. But that was only because you didn't see the stuff that was about to be posted or that had been posted. I don't think I've ever had to throw anything in the trash because, we're not allowed to completely delete a post. So I've banned some people on your post before. But I think only maybe once.
I know you ban people from the threads.
Yeah, and then I've closed them. But I don't think I've ever. I think on purpose, because your posts are right on, and even if someone didn't like your post 100%, but they were constructive about it. Again, I don't have any problem with negative constructive feedback. They weren't just talking out, of their asshole.
If they have a constructive comment to add,
yeah, I
then
mean,
even if they don't agree with it, even if I don't agree with it, I mean, Deja added to.
I'm not messing with those people. It's the ones that were just jerks. I don't think I've ever had to trash one of your posts, because that's why I on purpose, and Jordan will be doing the same. That's why I on purpose try to make sure that if I ever see that happen, it's like, oops, and I know that you understand why it has to be closed, because if we go too far and somebody goes too far, we have no choice. It has to be trashed. And then I would just ask you, hey, can you repost that? And then we'll let it roll, and then I'll make sure that it doesn't get trolled. And if it does get trolled, then we'll just close the thread so the information is there. That's what's the most important thing.
It's been crazy. I mean,
some of Red Steel's posts have been and were legendary. Exactly the same thing. And yes, I'll say it. I don't care what anybody has to say. His posts were constructive and point on, and he had strategic information, and he knows his units, and he knows the game. And, some of the time, some of the stuff just had to be trashed because it didn't get caught in time. And we didn't have choice as moderators. And I know that's really super frustrating for the person who spent all that time on the thread. But, we as moderators, and I know I'm going off track, but I really want to just reiterate that. Because I did get a couple of PMs the other day. They were like, why you trashed my post? That was just so wrong. I know it was you, which... how they found that out, I don't know. So whoever told them, I'm going to bitch slap them upside the back of their head.
It wasn't Skip. It was me. I trashed your post. Are you not aware that I'm back as a moderator? I trashed it.
I had the same mod tools you have, so I can see who trashes my post. No, but it's one of those things where I had to trash it, but I can't tell them why, because then you're violating the privacy of the person. I just said you got trolled and it violated the rules, not your post. The person who told you, so you had to trash it. Feel free to repost. And they're like, well, I don't have any access to it anymore. So take a screenshot and I give it to them. You're going to make me retype all that? Yeah.
Or you just post a screenshot.
If you're that passionate about it, yeah. Or post the screenshot,
Or you can do the sensible thing if you're going to write a forum post and that out. Write it out in fucking Word and save it before you post it.
Or you could be a fucking monster like I am. Fuck up. Throw shit out there. Get yourself banned. Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Or you could be brave and you can challenge one of the moderators like myself, and I can just ban you.
My God. That guy was such a fool. The other guy that was a fool that oh my God, I'm sorry. You people have no idea. You think just because he's been gone from the game that this child, I'll say child, because he's young enough to be my child. So I'm just saying, but he's old enough to be, just below the cougar line. Damn. Where was I talking with that one? Shit, I just totally went someplace else.
All right, while you remember, there's a question on YouTube.
Jordan isn't relevant in game, and he will F you up. That's all I got to say about that. So stop even trying to go there, because it ain't. He will come to your sector and he will find you.
Yeah, I'm permanently done. I can never post again. We have a question out there from Victor. He's asking what you guys think about the loyalty reward medals.
Horrible.
I love you, Victor. Thank you for asking that question.
It's fucking horrible. And don't get me wrong, Kixai, you did good trying to give us a loyalty reward, but it's a reward. We shouldn't have to pay for it.
I got lucky. I sent a ticket in, and I used Kixai's own gold to get mine.
So did I.
I mean, I'm sorry, but if it's a reward, why do we have to pay for it?
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, they could have given us. Like, it's medals. It's medals. It's not getting you much. I mean, yeah, if you had maybe 200,000 and you got 32,000, whatever, it's gonna get you something. But that's not gonna get you anything. I would prefer like especially if we're buying something, I would prefer, oh, here's a unit you might not have, or take some free tech for a unit you do have, and the tech, we haven't released a tech for it in a while.
For me, I've been grinding so hard. I want the arc loader, and I'm still, I'm going to come up short because it's at the end of the month. It's gone, if I'm not mistaken, and that
How
is
far
a
are you?
key unit or a key spec op to have is the arc loader. I don't think I'm going to make it.
Well, there's a question from YouTube, a level 34. He has 250k in medals and asking if he should get Jericho.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yes, the
Yes.
answer is yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless you want to be a smart ass and get another unit. But,
He
it's on
also
you.
asked another question. What is level 34? He says, "What is the best hero?"
Jericho.
Dante.
Jericho.
Doran.
Dante.
Jericho.
Jericho.
Doran.
Ah,
As you
Jericho.
as you can see with that question right there,
what
It
the
it all depends
On your style.
What
Yeah.
you're doing with it too.
good lord?
Like if
I
you
use
see
Balder
if you see
where I
the way
went with
if you
Jericho.
if you see the way these guys play, they'll tell you Jericho because they do the hit and move. I use Dante because one, his tech will obliterate one target and any target near that target.
That's the wrong button.
So I would go in there with him, with units behind him, just shooting around. That's why he's my favorite, and he's black.
Have you gotten expert done yet?
Nope.
Well, I mean, he said what's the best one, so that's why I said, Jericho, can you just leave that up there for a second? Oh, shit, you're not supposed to be putting that up there.
Hit and run is his style, so yeah, go Jericho then.
Yeah, go Jericho.
I would
You've
say
got
Jericho as
Growler.
well.
Growler is a good combo with the Jericho.
Please, Dr. Phil.
in just a
It
minute.
all,
Matter of fact,
Bama, I don't care who the fuck you are. I'm gonna find out what sector you live in, and I'm gonna come fucking flatten you.
where did that
If
come
you
from?
got the fucking balls, you go post it in the YouTube chat. I'll do it personally, and I'll do it live.
what are you talking about?
What is he talking about?
You, it. I'm still screen sharing it. It's still up there.
Yeah, but
Look
take
at
it
all
off
that
the screen.
shit.
Oh Lord,
Yeah, that's, okay, so just
Dr.
to
Phil
let
has a
you guys
feeler.
know, screen
Dr.
sharing,
Phil's
so
got a feeler, and Dr. Phil's feeler just got fucking poked.
yeah, but public service announcement, that is against the rules of forums. And if you don't know what the rules of forums are, go look them up or feel free to PM me. I will give them to you. So what you're doing is against the rules of forums and a bannable offense. So stop doing it.
And
if
you
you're doing
just
it as a
earned the
joke,
grand total of the first place
if
on
you're
my
doing
first ever
it as a
Dr.
joke,
Phil
I'll give
gift.
you a pass. But if you're doing it to do it, you're violating the forum rules and you will get banned for it.
And I've been looking to ban someone since I've gotten back.
Go nuts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. And with that being said, I think we have hit 82 viewers. We've been hitting pretty much between 77 and 80 viewers. I wanted to wait till we were tapped out. We are about to show. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to show the new unit that is coming out for Shadow Ops. I don't remember the fucking name. Put it in.
You're an idiot.
Doran.
No, it's not.
Doran. It's
Go ahead,
Doran.
put it
He's
in the
making a
side chat.
comeback.
Put it in the side chat for me.
Shadow Killer.
That's right. That's right. This is called the Herald because the way it looks is going to herald in some fucking massive destruction.
What the hell?
There
is
you
that?
Go. It
It's the
looks
Zeppelin.
like
What?
yeah, it's a fucking Zeppelin.
It looks like
That's
a
exactly
fucking
right.
fucked a hover tank.
It looks like something straight out of Star Wars is what it looks like. It looks like the Death Star.
Gentlemen, a new air unit that is going to tie up the tech center yet again, baby.
We did talk about Tech Center tie-up, by the way. Yeah. You know, Jim and I think it reminds us of a cross between a Moon Titan and like that big ship in the movie Avatar. You know, the big flat ship they had, you know, with all the and the helicopters they had, you know, with all the little things. You know,
It's actually starting to remind me of the Avengers.
It's an airborne hover tank. Now, come on.
I would like to thank everybody, the people who sent me this picture. You guys know who you are for giving me the early access to this pic. Thank you very much. I don't know any specs or any. There is. This is the only detail I have. So
It's probably
no.
gonna be in one of them
This
units.
is the
where
best.
they have it, where
Sorry,
you
this is
throw
the
it in
best
and
you got
put
right here.
a lot of stuff behind it.
But
It's an
this is
unshackled.
it.
So I got a question for everyone in the chat and everyone in
I
here.
did some hints in the side chat for people. So in the YouTube chat, I'm sorry, in the YouTube chat. So I gave some hints, and if you're looking at it and you're thinking about it, and I gave a very specific hint in the YouTube side chat while you were gone. So just keep that in mind. And those of you who like to use those kinds of things are gonna love it.
So I have this theory about this unit. I know nothing about it. But that big thing in there, that's a huge bomb, and it's just gonna hover over something and drop it. That's exactly what I think it is.
You think so? You think that's what it's going to be, a big bomber?
It looks.
I think it's just gonna be a huge bomb like that. It's holding a bomb, and under it is just gonna
And do it do it consistently. Not like the Moab where it's just like, it has to crash in order to do it, or takes 5 days to repair.
Could it be a counter for the Juggernaut, maybe?
No.
Ooh, the Juggernaut of the sky.
The Juggernaut, but you can't have this in your base, so you can't defend against it.
Oh, nasty, nasty.
But I could say maybe perhaps you won't be able to drive your howlers around and knock it out of the sky.
Yeah, I think it's an anti-howler unit.
That's
Okay.
what I'm thinking.
I could buy that.
Yeah.
So this thing,
But-
I can't tell. Is this gonna be? It's either an air unit, or this thing is just gonna be a huge tank-like unit that's just gonna be sitting on the ground and barely floating.
Matter of fact, I'm
got
going to go ahead and
motors.
put this picture on the Unshackled page.
I already got it.
Oh, you did? Go ahead and post it out there then.
I already did. Dr. Phil approved it.
It's almost got to be an air unit, but I can't buy where it's coming from because,
You guys remember the hat? The old
There's no guns showing on it. There's nothing.
There's no weapons
I mean,
anywhere, so that's the only thing.
I don't
like
see
that's
the weapons.
the shape of a missile. That is the shape of a missile.
it's
low
more like
leverage
the shape of a U2. It's just going to dive
Ah,
bomb,
Venom has a
blow
good
up.
question. Do you guys think I might spray corrosion?
No,
Be honest, corrosion's a worthless
they
tech.
wouldn't do that.
Drop liberators from it.
That
Oh,
would
God.
be cool.
No, that would be cool. Yeah.
That would be cool
Parachuters.
as shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, there you go. Kickstart, if you're listening, I have an idea for the next unit.
Yeah.
No.
Get
Something that
No,
drops.
don't do that.
No, something that drops liberators like parachuters.
Yeah, little paratroopers. Yeah, exactly.
Drop
If they do
whatever
that,
you
if they
want
do
in
that
there.
before they give me expert ninjas, I'm quitting the game again.
It'll drop liberators or
We have,
acolytes.
by the way, we had the name for this unit. It is not what it's called. This is now called the Drop Dildo. Thank you, KS Man of War. The nickname
Oh my
for
god.
this unit now is the Drop Dildo.
Wait,
I was going to
wait a
call it.
minute. Hold on.
Hey,
Hold on,
I'm gonna
hold
call
on.
it the Dr.
Pause.
Phil
Freeze
butt
frame.
plug.
Fuck
Can
you,
we
David.
look at this unit? Look at this unit, and then look at Jess's picture, and tell me what that is.
They cut his dick off.
Of course, I figured when did I say I'd bring up again?
Oh, that's awesome.
David's in YouTube. They say it's holding the Hiroshima bomb and the Nagasaki bomb.
No,
Oh
no.
Lord.
This is
It's
the Drop
holding the
Dildo. That
F-bomb.
is-
It's
we
a
will-
flying douche.
or the flying
That's
douche.
a
One of the
bomb.
two.
It's David the flying douche.
Oh my god.
David the flying douche. I don't want these guys called the
Oh,
fucking Shadow
there's
Killer. I'm
so
gonna kill
much,
you guys.
there is so much room on this unit for somebody to Photoshop all kinds of stuff and names on there. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's have a contest on this one and post it on the
Yeah.
Unshackled.
Oh,
To
the
give
flying,
it
the
an
flying
alternate
douche.
name.
It's a flying
Oh.
brick.
I don't know, but it's gonna be. Hey, as unique as this unit looks, it's a must get just to see what it can do.
Well, it looks like it's loaded front end with weapons, but the back end looks like you could just run up behind it and drop it.
You know, I don't know. I
It
don't know.
depends on
Man.
its
I
turn rate.
think
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
I
sorry.
think it's going to be
Angina?
one of those
Maybe
units.
it's the Transformer unit I've always wanted.
No, you got that. That's the Legion.
That's not a Legion.
I know.
That's not a Transformer. You
No, but
want
it's a
something,
robot.
you want something along the lines of.
So I got to take it back.
Oh crap! What is it called?
Well, I got to take the other one back. All right,
So-
put it. All right.
This is
Remember
this
Starship
is this looks
Troopers?
like a Zeppelin
Robin?
from like this looks like a Zeppelin from like World War One. So that's either a huge bomb and you're gonna crash it, or that's a huge bomb and you can use it once and you're just gonna drop it.
Oh, it's the new Coindar.
The Coin Star. Welcome.
You know,
welcome
for,
to
all right, look, let's be realistic. If this is a flying unit, all right, it's going to have, if it does have any kind of weapon system on it, any kind, it's going to have to either have some serious range or some immense armor.
It can. It's a balloon.
we can tell
My
you.
question is what's the space on it?
Don't know.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
space. Well, I can
there's
tell
a
you
lot
this.
of questions that we have no answers for right now. Like I said,
This unit is
There may be
this
a.
unit is probably going to be huge, slow, a lot of health with medium, somewhat damage. Or
I think it's going to be for,
it's going to be fast, lots of damage, and completely armorless.
Shit dropping out of it.
I know, we
Looks
will
like a great
find
big
out. I
blimp
mean,
to me.
God damn, we've already jumped up to 88 viewers. Shit.
Well, the bottom line is sometime tomorrow, afternoonish, kickside time, if all goes well, we should have some. We should have our updates. So watch your banners. I'm just going to throw that out there while we're talking about it, and the details of this unit and everything that's coming out in the new Shadow Ops and the chests will be posted
Yep.
up tomorrow. So I've got that information from our community manager. Again, this is kickside timing. So as long as the update is ready to rock and roll tomorrow, it'll be afternoonish kickside time. So those of you on the East Coast, the UK, you're looking at late afternoon, evening. Aussies, you're looking at
By evening, it's probably going to be about 4 p.m. kickside time, which puts it at about 2 o'clock in the morning.
right.
And just to let everybody know, as soon as they drop those updates, I will throw a show together so we can talk about them.
Yeah, because I think
Because
we
if
should.
you weren't going to do it, I was.
All right. So let everybody know as soon as it comes out, I'll drop the fucking link. It's open mic. It's first come, first serve. You don't need to PM me. All right.
Oh, I need to smoke another one.
Me too.
That's
Yep,
legend.
don't need to PM, not a fucking person. Okay, the link is posted on YouTube. As long as you guys don't fuck around with me on there, you're always welcome.
If you fuck around, I'll just straight ban you. I don't give a fuck.
Damn it, Red Steel. I gave you the link. Not my fault your computer broke down.
He was in here, he dropped out, and then somebody else took his spot.
No, if it comes out, let's see. If it drops at 4 there, 4, 5, 6, it'll be about 7:30 my time, so it'll be open. It'll be open for you, Red.
Go in.
Does Red want to get in?
No,
Yeah.
he'll get in. No, he's fine.
I'll drop out if you need me to.
No, I can.
Nobody is dropping out of the show.
I gave you what I needed to give you, darling.
No
No.
one's dropping out of the show.
It is open mic. You got here. You're on.
Tough
There you
shit.
go.
Yeah, but I had it before
Somebody's
anybody.
already photoshopped on the Unshackled. It looks like a tiger or a shark.
No, I think they've been watching Star Wars so
That's
much.
been ripped from fucking Red Alert 2. I know
mean,
that. That's a
I'm
fucking
sorry, I could bring out some ERMs and blow that blimp up.
Hey, yeah, Tommy Doyle is right. This might be a Norman Shorkoff. Quick in, quick out, retired.
Yeah, like the original Phantom.
Mhm.
We all know what kind of a piece of shit that was.
One armored up motherfucking bitch, and she is fat, P-H-A-T, and when the fat, P-H-A-T lady sings, that's it. That's the end. Game over. Down goes Frazier. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm just thinking this is not going to be a pissant.
We could call it the blunt.
I like that now.
I like that. We could call it the blunt. I like that.
Yeah, we call it the blunt. It's fat. Hopefully it'll smoke down pretty good. Give it a good fucking buzz.
Yep.
That's it. We're gonna call it the blunt.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yep.
That's a goodie.
I imagine any Kickstarter employee watching this show is just face palming right now.
Hey, fuck that. They live in California. You know they can't. Come on,
They're just like we took all this time to name this unit, and these fuckers just named it the blunt.
Well, look at the ninjas.
It takes me back to Vega.
The ninjas are the ninjas for a reason, and that's Sulaco knew that would happen. All right,
Yeah.
Sulaco, every single moderator knew that would happen.
None of us type the word infiltrator. Jordan has been gone for how many months? We don't type infiltrator in the room. We type ninja. Everybody knows that. Anybody
What's a ninja?
Playing War Commander for 4 years and says, I don't know what a ninja is. I'm like, then you haven't been playing War Commander for 4 years, or you have a very small, finite amount of information about the game. Everybody knows what it is, and I think that unit is, is Jordan's unit.
I love that unit so much.
Well, actually,
Just
no,
like the Growler.
no,
The
Dante.
Growler, that's my unit.
Dante is Jordan's unit.
Yep, the Growler. That unit
black.
was designed for me.
Yep, that's first Black Man in War
I thought
Commander.
the Howlers were, not the Growler.
Nope. The
I know
Growler.
the Growler was his. That's his
Yep, the
farmer
Growler
unit.
is my unit.
I think
it
someone
is a
photoshopped him on it like a moped at one point.
It has shields on it that work.
On a cell phone.
Yeah, on a cell phone, that's what it was.
Hey, think about it. The Growler has shields that work. It has a front end like a fucking combine.
And it's
That
got a
is
big
my
fucking
unit.
gun on it.
It's a Falma unit. And now you get to be an actual enemy in the storyline of the game.
I know. Is that not awesome?
You're a trainee female, but you
That's
are.
fine. I'm a swinging dick.
How'd you like your? By the way, I never did ask you. How'd you like your picture?
It made me hot. I got all twisted.
Shadow and True Drag.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
That
when you
went
all
down real
Photoshop
fast.
pictures now of him on something or with the dress or something.
With the black dress.
Let's see.
That's the picture you need to use. Is the one
Damn
that
it, Muffin! You leave my Growler alone. Damn you.
I think Kickstarter should hold Kickstarter needs to hold a poll for the next expert unit.
Transgender Shadow.
Shadows, yeah, transgender shadows. It'll be a shadow, but it'll have boobs, and then when it starts walking, you'll just hear.
I thought we'd hear your CPU fan in the background.
Yeah, that's true too.
It kind of has a beat going to it.
All right. Is there any questions out there on YouTube? Other than
Yeah, I know. I see you too.
fucking and Killer going at it.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't see any. I've been watching YouTube.
Shame on you.
I got a question for Phil.
Go nuts.
No, when you were saying, I completely agree with you what you were saying about the sector bar, but I'm kind of interested in what your idea is to replace the sector bar,
Get
or what
fucking
we would
rid of
do
it
for that.
permanently. I don't want another sector bar. It doesn't need to be replaced. It needs removed forever.
Okay. How would you have access to the bases at that point?
After the master
150s?
base.
No
I'd say-
150s. No Omega units. Get rid of them. They're a useless concept.
I agree totally. The Omega units are useless. They're only there for you to spend money. I mean, you got to
You
do
spend
this,
how many hours unlocking the sector bar?
right?
3, 4, 5, 6. Sometimes you only get 2 or 3 unlocks in a day if you're in a low participant sector.
And then you got to hit it how many times to get one?
You've got to get 80 parts, and unfortunately, Lonnie got boned on that one. He had to hit 80 bases because he only got 1 part to go, which
Yep.
is bullshit. And
Wow,
the only reason,
That is kind of bullshit.
The only
Okay.
reason I have the Omega parts for the Titan is because Cardral did all 80 in one day for me and got me that.
I didn't know his percentage was so low. I mean, it usually averages between 1% to 3%.
The Omega Sandstorm part was courtesy of a video done by Fear the Field. He did the video on the Omega
remember that.
Sandstorm basis. I
remember
cracked
that.
all the Omega parts for the Sandstorm, including the tech, in one day.
You want
I
me to see
hit them
you wanna
harder
see
than
me
I've
piss
ever hit
everybody
anything.
off?
Who's pissing everybody off?
You ready for me to piss everybody off?
Oh no.
All right, here we go. I
Omega
think
Vanquish?
that the Omega bases should come right after when you finish the Master base.
Oh yeah.
And only the people that can finish the Master bases deserve the Omega bases.
I
Yes,
disagree.
we had this discussion before. Remember, I
Yeah,
said
we did.
the master level instead of the sector bar. That's what. Now, again, that would, no offense, but that would, and please don't take this wrong, lows to mids, because I'm always in your corner. That would obliterate the lows to mids from getting that prize. But the whole point is that if you're able to get through all those master waves, just like Phil said, and he's not a super high level. I mean, I had a ton of replay tokens. I don't even need any replay tokens because I still had replays left over. So if you're that good, you deserve to be able to, then you have access to that base. They should be on the map and bubbled, and then when you get access, I mean, when you've created the master base, then those bases should become unlocked for you. And then
Honestly, I think it should be
hold
until
on.
when you finish the entire event, like first the attack, the defense, and the master. That's when you should.
Instead of doing it in a bubble, I think it should be set up like the raid bases. Where as soon as you finish the master, a little tab pops up saying you want to give a go at the or you think you're ready to attack the master base.
Yep.
And you can either click yes, I'm ready to go, or no, I want to keep going. You could choose either way. But now I mean, I understand about the medium and low levels and how bad they got fucked on this event. Because they did. They got reamed pretty hard after a certain level. They didn't have missiles. Their bases couldn't handle the last, wave 20. But it gives us higher. I'm sorry, but it gives me, or it even gives me something to strive for. I'm sorry, I had 1.2 million XP. I had no use for. None. I got liberators. I got more liberated because there's nothing left for me to get. And that was just so I could help get I'm sorry, I agree. Sector bar sucks balls.
I'm tired
of a level 36 having an Omega unit because everybody helps him get it. He didn't work for it. He didn't earn it. This event, yes, it helps catch players up, but I still believe that you should earn your units.
I gotta agree with you there, Shadow. And the point is if you get through all the defense waves, all the attack waves, and the master waves, there's no prize. And this could be the prize. You come back in now, and you can go hit a 160 base and actually earn an Omega unit, and that's what's missing.
Hold on. Gabby, why don't you agree? Why don't you agree with me? Why do you like the sector bar?
He posted something about he can't defeat the six defense wave because his computer keeps getting instant defeat.
But hey, that should not factor in on everybody else
at all.
Okay, this should be for the whole, not for just one player. This is for the whole community. I'm sorry, I could get to the I am a good PvE player. When I get down and I break it down, I can do it. Why is it not fair? I mean, I'm sorry, but I've worked my ass off to where I'm at right now. I have put time, money, skill. I have worked my ass off, and to be able, and I'm sorry, this is wrong. I mean,
You're saying it's not fair that we need to suffer because you can't get past a wave.
Yeah.
Well,
So
he's getting instant defeat. It's not that his base can't handle it.
oh yeah, that's fuck. You know, that's Kickside.
Yeah, that's on TikTok.
That's Kickside.
But even then,
I
we
mean,
shouldn't
I'm
have
sorry,
to
but
be
I think that it should
suffering
be.
for your.
Yeah, it should be. Omega base should be at the end of the master base. That separates the people with skill, coin, from the other players. And I'm sorry, I miss those days.
And I'm sorry, but I've got one more point to add, and that's the reset key needs to not hang on the master base. It needs to hang on either the defense or the attack.
I think the defense.
I agree with that. Okay,
I think it
but
should be
not the master.
I'd say defense too.
Okay, that way the low levels have got a shot at least getting restart tokens.
But then if you put it at the defense, you can't help people to get to 20 to get another restart.
That's the thing. That's the best part about it because they're gonna have to work for it. They're gonna have to work
at
to
the end
get
of the
to that
day,
point.
Daba, this is a war strategy game. Yes, it's okay to help your friends, your teammates, but you can't carry the whole weight.
And that's the other thing too, is that they've got to learn and they've got to build their base and they've got to come in and learn the game before they can get that restart token.
Yeah.
You
I
can't
mean,
come
I'm
into the
sorry,
event
all of us on
hoping that
here,
someone will help you through it.
every single one of us on here are year-long players. We've been around a long time. And I mean, it needs to be said. I'm sorry. I miss not in my group. I run an Unshackled group. This is my third group in like a year. All right, and
So you
every
keep
single
destroying
group I
them.
started, yeah, I have one thing. I don't help my teammates. There was only one person I helped, and that was Delta Bravo because she really put her ass into it to work, and I helped. There's already a big hole between levels. There is already a massive hole between big levels. But you know, it's always been a massive hole since the beginning of the game. But Delta is the only person I helped in the fuck group because she's the only one that I would see get out there and bust her ass to get as far as she could. She would destroy everything she had.
And that's what the thing is. People now, even I still see it. They expect something, and then you get to the base, and it's like, oh, you destroyed one elite rifleman. You think you deserve that base. The difference between that is, I remember I used to help Skip because Skip would ask me for help. I'd get there, and she would have like 3 units left from trying to destroy it, and she would have half the base, and I'd be like, all right, I'll do this base, and I'll do another base for you because you tried and you lost your units. I'm not going to help you if you're
if all your
like
isn't red and you're asking me for help, then I
exactly.
Oh,
if you're parked next to the base with a goddamn buggy, I am fucking not back home and then giving you shit.
The only people I'll help with a buggy next to that base are Skip and Shadow if he needs to.
Myself.
He already knows this. I'm sitting there with a buggy because he is watching my other units retreating because they're all dead.
I mean, I'm sorry.
I'll be honest. It's only I have a very limited amount of people I help. Screwdrivers, I help Peter because he's been my friend since we pretty much started the game together. Delta, because like I said, she'll get out there and she will bust her ass. I'll help Skip and I'll help Jordan. Other than that,
I like it because
I really don't help anybody.
The day I earned his help was the day I didn't need his help.
Yep, when he took the day he earned his respect for me. The day he took a 50 with lasers.
And this was when the 50s first came out, and he was just like,
they were
"Dude, I'm gonna do
badass."
that."
I mean, the thing that just bites me is, and I mean, I'm just, a sector demon, but people that just ask for help right off day one, and they don't do nothing. All they want is help. And
Well, they can
anybody
jail
that,
But
anybody that
hold on,
does
I got
that-
one. Go ahead.
anybody that does that, I just go bubble them. I'm like, no.
I see somebody asking for help with a 50 and an 85, even though it tells you what to do in the thing.
Yeah,
Gabby is right.
The 55. I love those bases. Well, I think it's
I want to.
55.
Can I make
Yeah,
like just a
55.
small observation real quick? And I know I'm probably going to get nailed in the YouTube chat for it, so I'm not going to look. So hopefully nobody will like go off the wall and get banned.
If they do, I'll ban them instantly.
Okay, I just
I'll
want to
bubble
make a real quick observation. Again, so I'm no longer that high level, mid level, high level, but mid level shit going on. Okay, so I can admit that now, but that's only been within the last 4 to 6 months that I can honestly admit, okay, all right, I'm not a shadow kill higher level, but yeah, okay, so I'm no longer that high level number, but mid level player. I know my shit. I got good shit. I don't have all the shit. I'm not a collector like I was in Battle Pirates and Vega, but I got the critical stuff because I know what's good and what's shit, and I don't use the shit units anymore. And I scrap them and get rid of them. Here's the observation I'd like to make to the naysayers that were in the chat. Okay, for instance, and I logged into my game to do this. Okay, I just want to give you an idea. Okay, on one of the waves, just to finish, so I could get the last prize. Okay, the last thing that I needed. Okay, which was 400k XP. Okay, all I did was do defense wave up to defense wave 15. Okay, because I was too impatient to wait my few little things to heal, and I didn't want to coin my mines and make any adjustments. I was fucking lazy, fucking tired. I was bored. I used a reset token. I did up to defense wave 15, and I did up to base 30. So I did all the way through 25, and then I did the one master base 30. Now you can get help on all of those bases, including the master 30, which was a cave. Okay, so you don't have your air and everything. I just want to let you know that was over 422,000 XP. Okay, so I'm going to speak very strongly now. Okay, this is where the experience comes in. Okay, so I want to say to you, okay, expert cyclone, 160 XP. Okay, I'm only talking about 2 resets. That's a tune of expert cyclones. Okay, expert hailstorms. That's a tune of expert hailstorms. That's only 2 resets, mind you, and you get 4. Okay, Liberator 5. Okay, that's 20 Liberators. Look at the prices. An expert howler. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You have to understand the mechanics of this game. That, okay, the prizes may have been shit, but don't tell me because you're a low level there wasn't anything for you to get, and you can't get that far in the game. I only did up to base number 30. If you're a low to mid level and you can't do the base 30 with help, then you really need to get with an alliance that can teach you the game better and take some time to learn a little bit more mechanics of the game. If you can get almost 450,000 XP just by doing up to defense wave 15, and then just do up to attack wave 30, and then reset and do it again, and end up with 422,000 XP, you get 4 of them. That's almost 1 million XP. If you use the bonus, it's even more than that. There's a ton of units there that you could just blow the doors off of your account as what you call yourself a low to mid level. So I'm calling bunk on the fact that Kixeye has expanded the divide. Yes, they have. But we are telling you how to do the things that you need to do to get the things that you need to get. And those prices, even though the prizes were crappy because there was not enough variety, in our opinion, we all had the same opinion about the prizes. There is a way for you, without having to go all the way up to base number 50 or base number 70 or base number 75. Or I saw some people in the world chat that were upset because they couldn't even get to base number 50 because it had the units in it. Well, good Lord Almighty! You reached your point. You hit reset. You start all over again. You still would have gotten.
The killer was 65 to me. Okay, I mean that base tore me up until I figured out. Oh, okay, it's a puzzle, and I got to go over here and do this, and then I got to go over and once I figured out the puzzle, it was a piece of cake. It didn't.
My first run through took 2.5 days. My first complete run through all the attacks, all the defense, and all the master tracks. Because of puzzling out the bases and hitting various units. My second run through I did in one full day. because I take my time. I was doing like maybe one base every 15, 20 minutes, picking up rares, gathering thorium, building missiles, hitting the base, rinse and repeat until it was done. Because that was the easiest, and well, the easiest way with the least attrition. For me, at least. But if you can run 500k XP and you struggle through defense, 500k XP, get yourself 4 howlers. If you've already picked up a couple of advanced Tempests by now, and all those liberators that you've been getting throughout previous events and that you picked up with extra XP, you ram your base full, and you put those 4 howlers in there, you put those 2 advanced Tempests in there, and you fill that rest of that base full of fucking liberators.
And those
and
are
you
totally
stick them under your CC, and you will completely fucking annihilate anything that comes towards you.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's all I had in my base. I didn't use any ops. I didn't even use my orbital hammer.
I didn't either. And like I said, I just went to defense 15. Those last 2, defense 15 and up to attack 30. So and like I said, 450,000 XP. Well, 422,000 XP. So I'm just saying, look at all those game changers that I'm not screen sharing, but I'm just saying, go to your prize list and look. I mean, you know, the liberators were only 25,000 if you only wanted to get one.
It's 100k if you get 5.
There's you get for 100k you get 5. I mean, the hailstorms, the cyclones, expert cyclones, the expert howlers, those are all game changers for you as a low level. Geez, you could have done that with just, like I said, going to defense 15 and attack 30. And I mean, you could have had your pick of some really kick-ass shit. And if you were willing to do all 4, you're going to get some kick-ass ground and some kick-ass air, and you were going to own 4 bases, the metal bases, and then the next event base, the shadow op bases.
And most importantly, you won't complain on forums.
You know,
You
know, I have a way to fix all these problems with level, you know, with the levels and all that. Then you go back to the 4 up, 4 down. That will solve so many fucking problems.
Yeah, it will.
I'm sorry, but this unlimited hit is why all these levels are crying for help to get the Omega units, to get all these units, is because us level 45s and all are you know, going. And I'm sorry, I know a lot of you guys don't agree with me, but I missed the 4 up, 4 down. I think that they should go back to it. And then I'm sorry, I think they should lock the attack bases, bubble them like they did before.
A 45 shouldn't be hitting a level. Someone who
literally
just turned a level 30.
If you're that concerned,
no.
Wait,
Whoa. I totally disagree. Okay,
They swapped it to 12.
When I turned 30, I
Fish
got
food.
my ass handed to me. Okay?
Oh yeah, we all
day in,
Yeah, but
day out. Now wait a minute. Okay, now with the new rules, I don't know what level it is. I think it's 34 or 35. You can't even hit them and get res anymore. I had to fight tooth and nail to get res to upgrade stuff when I was a 30. And there were 38s and 39s and 40s that would pound me every day to do nothing but steal my res.
My base was so shit when I was level 30. I didn't give a damn. But my attacking units, I'd fuck you up.
But I mean, my whole point is now, with the way it is now, you go hit a 30, oh, you get 1 infamy. Whoop, whoop. Okay. It used to be you got 1 infamy or whatever infamy and half his res.
Yeah, you don't even get that. So
it's not there anymore.
I'm sorry, but I think I think the level lock needs to come back, and needs to come back hard. 4 up, 4 down, all the way. Even when you hit level 40, should be, you know, level 40 is where it could be unlimited.
Honestly, yeah, I was gonna say level 4. Once you hit level 40, you should be able to beat it from anything.
Anyway, yeah, anybody on up or down.
There is a better way of doing it.
It gave the low levels, they were safe from us higher levels.
They weren't getting hit by like high end units, and it wasn't getting like when we were level 30s, when we all just turned level 30s, there weren't units like the Titan coming in and just that one unit destroying the entire base. You still had to make them work for it.
No. Mega tanks were the key back then, and they would wipe a base. Now
There's a better way of solving this PvP gating problem. And I'm talking about the 4 up, 4 down rule or 5 up, 5 down rule, depending on whichever game you've played over the years. I've done them all, so it's a little bit of both, and it can get confusing. The Battle Pirate gate doesn't really pay much attention because they dick around with that all the time. The War Commander gate, obviously, up until 35 up, 5 down. Now, Vega has an entirely different way of doing things. Vega, it's all depending on the level of your fleet, rather than the level of your base. So if you've got a level 35, for instance, which used to be the open gating rules, you could hit them with anything. Then they pushed that out to 40. But below that PvP gate, which was, well, we'll say 40 because that's what it is now. If you hit that base with a quote-unquote level 39 fleet, it could be 1 ship or 2 ships or a fleet of low-end ships with high-end tech, depending on the XP of said fleet, which produce the level. You get a level of a platoon, for instance. I don't know. You say your Legion, all your big proper platoon, Legion, Juggernaut, Howlers, SF, and all that stuff. The biggest shit you can put in a platoon, or all the ones, you mark that as a level 50, for instance. You mark that as a level 50 platoon, but 10 Liberators, on the other hand, would be classified under a level 30. So you could go and hit within that gating rule between 25 and 35. That is a far better idea, because then at least you still get a chance of smacking the loudmouth little bastards who would sit under level 29 just to piss you off. There is a far easier and far better way of doing things rather than removing the PvP gate altogether or putting it back in.
Well, see, now I really like going up to a level 3 and hitting them with my jug, but that's just me.
I know somebody who would go to
If
level.
I can kill the entire base with 1 shot, I mean, I feel good about myself.
I know Mothman
I mean,
used to
I'm
go into
sorry,
level
but
20 bases and just like drop PKs on them just for the heck of it.
I mean, and there's one person who doesn't agree with me. I know, and that's Fear. Fear the Peel.
Fear's a bitch.
He's all about smashing everybody and anybody. It doesn't fucking matter. Level does not matter to him. He doesn't give a shit. I mean, but I'm just sick. I don't hit nobody that low. I just can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. I mean, I feel like a fucking scumbag if I hit somebody at level 36. So I mean, but that's my own personal thing, and that will all tie in to getting rid of the little sector bar, making the Omega units for us higher players. Because come on, level 36 does not deserve to have an Omega Sandstorm.
Nope.
Sorry, they don't.
Make an update, Kickside, make an update, make it level lock. Any level below the level of 38, strip them of their Omega units, take all their XP, take all their resources.
I'm not like that. I'm sorry, but okay, I like the idea of you get all the master waves done, and then you get the reward. You can go hit the Omega wave. That's cool with me. Okay.
Yeah, you can have the choice.
You're right. You can either
or you don't have to. But I don't think that. I'm sorry, I don't. I do not believe that a level 30, a mid-level 30, has earned by himself. Has earned what he can get.
Doesn't even know what to do with it.
Possibly a level 30 could have done a sandstorm. They got in the sandstorm because of the bases themselves. But
the sandstorm I can believe, but the O Titan, for the other hand, I didn't earn that by myself. I had help to do it.
There you go. And that's not wrong to me either. Okay, I mean, if you're in a clan or whatever, you can have help and you can get units. Okay, but the point is, to me, okay, it's a prize. You've got to earn it and not just have it be handed to you.
Shut up,
So,
D.
so
You're not allowed to speak.
Right, so, and I
long
wanna-
story short,
I wanna
low levels shouldn't have
add on
hand
something
units.
like that, if you don't mind, because it just popped into my head. For instance, we just had the infamy reset. Okay, so and then there was a little bit of time that I didn't play. You guys know that I was kind of gone away from the game for a while, and my nephew passed away, and it was a funeral, and then I had this whole medical incident. Was in the hospital for quite a while. So anyway, so long story short is I was sort of like gone for a little bit, and then we had the infamy reset, and then everything was gone. And I got all my little targets and stuff that I hit, this one or that one that's always whining or complaining. And I thought to myself, oh, well, geez, I still have to get my 5. And, I'm running around the map, and I go flying by like 11 or 15. I could get 89 infamy off of freaking level 15. Okay, because my infamy was because I was reset. I felt bad for hitting the guy, but I did hit him. But he was an active player, untagged, but I did hit him. It wasn't, like an alt account or whatever. I see the guy playing. He had res, and he does play. I felt bad for doing it, and I thought to myself, I should really just, somehow or another, if I see him online, message the guy. But here's the flip side of the coin. In order to make and help the low to mid-level, so again, I'm right there in your pocket, guys. In order to help the low to mid-level players, if we bring the level up back, their own infamy could become more important to them. Instead of us hitting them, they could actually hit themselves. Do you understand what I'm saying? And their infamy would be more relevant to the game. Does that make sense? Instead of us being able to go and just whoop up on all their asses all the time, smashing their bases every 24 to 36 hours. I mean, I've had some of them tell me, well, at least I got a 36-hour bubble. It'll give me time to actually get resources so I can get something done in my base. And I feel really bad afterwards. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry. I won't do that again. And, I take off my bookmarks and I don't hit them.
I had people bubble me just for I would empty myself out, get rid of all my res, store all my thorium, and I would have people bubble me.
Shadow, check
you're
your
right.
PM.
You're right, Shadow. The level lock again would make infamy more relevant even for those players again. It would make them more competitive. They would learn PvP better. They would learn their units better. Not only that, they would also what level 15 or 11 that I hit with my Omega Sandstorm learns anything about his weaknesses in his base when I bring that fucker to his base. Okay? He learns absolutely nothing. But if you keep it between the level 1 through 40s, or let's make it 35 or 37, just pick a number. If then they're fighting each other in that level lock, they learn about the stuff that works and doesn't work in their base, because they're going to get hit because somebody needs infamy, but they're not going to get hit by us. And then it also makes us more accountable and have to hit players that are more relevant to ourselves. It actually makes us have to work, not be lazy. I was embarrassed by the amount of infamy that I could get from a level 32, 31, 35. It was unbelievable how much. I mean, obviously, when they reset the infamy. But you know what? I felt so bad for all those players, because what are they learning? They're learning absolutely nothing about their base defense. The only thing that teaches them anything about base defense is the defensive waves, and usually the first 5 of them suck anyway, because Kixeye's just throwing bullshit at you. And Onslaught. I mean, they're not really learning anything PvP wise, because they're always in a bubble.
I'm going to segue it right into what Grumpy just said. The Omega unit debate is completely irrelevant, while people can't actually upgrade the damn things because of the bottleneck in the fucking tech center.
Yes.
Mic drop.
Exactly. No, I was going to say, I'm sorry, I muted myself. Yes, because of the bottleneck in the tech center. And yes, that is something that we definitely need to address, because if they're not going to give us the separate tabs, which if they would just give us that, and I know people say, oh, no, that's like double dozer. No, it's not. Okay, if they would just give us the separate tabs, it can't be this back and forth. And if you're going to back and forth it, we always say, well, be careful what you ask for, because Kixeye is going to give it to you. Well, that's okay, fine, but
go ahead, Dobber.
Geez, how long has it been, that they took the VXP stuff away and then shoved everything into the tech center? If they shoved it in there and it was only 5 days or 2 days, like 5 days was the max, or it could be 4
days, 30 days,
right,
40
exactly.
days, 90 days.
I had to stop my Sandstorm because I have the Omega Sandstorm, but I can't make it because I didn't have my Sandstorm up high enough. I'm like you, I had to put that on pause because
swear
I
didn't
wanted to
bother
go
me.
work on my my other unit.
I
Yeah,
didn't get the
so-
elite parts because I don't use it. In fact, it got scrapped. I scrapped it from my airfield because I built it when I got it the first time, back when it came out at level 1. And it was, I used it once, I repaired it, I took it out of the platoon, and I never used it again.
Now I'll be honest, okay? So because being a coiner, Jim is a coiner too. So let's just talk money here, okay? If it's a price point for Kickside, so I'll play devil's advocate here. Okay, fine. All right, no one but like Scooby, okay, or Leinster, maybe occasionally Shadow Killer if he can sneak one by his wife. All right, it's going to coin a 20-day fucking upgrade. Not when there's a 20-day one right after it, or a 17-day, and then it's a 20-day right after that. No one in their right mind is going to do that. So my point is that reduce some of those days. Yeah, I mean, if you make it 10, I'm not going to coin all 10, but I'll let it go for a couple days. I'll coin the last 5. If it's I'm saying for a critical unit, mind you. Okay, I might coin the last one if it's sort of like a mid-level critical unit, but God, these God blessed days are driving me insane. Or make it the 15 days or not 15 or like a 10 days. And if there's more levels, then make the last 5 levels all Thor and make them massive freaking amounts of Thor in 5 seconds.
Amen to that. Okay. Gone are the days where, it's like with a lot of the specs up, you did the first 3 and they cost you res. And then the last 3, it was 5 seconds and it was all Thor. If they could go back to that and make it where, okay,
I'm going to say something outright that I'm probably going to get into a fuck ton of trouble for. Harbin
Go
said
for
no.
it.
Harbin said no. All thorium is gone, and it's all Will Harbin's fault. He said no because it wasn't making him enough fucking money. There, I said it. They're going to ban me. I don't fucking care.
Right, and I already used the word that I'm not supposed to use, and we won't repeat
Hold
what
on,
that
hold on. I got something to say about that. That's not true, because I spent more when it was 5 days of time or 5 levels of time, 5 levels of Thor, because I spent the 5 day. I spent more through the time for all the time. That's where I spent most of my gold.
Yep.
Is to spend through that, and then I Thored it.
Yep.
And I know a lot of people who did it that way.
Yep. And those
once you get down to the Thor part, it's bang, 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 and you'll go and
they
you'll
go
go
their way through the days part, the 5 days, 6 days, and 7
1
days.
through 5 or the 1 through 5 levels. That's where I spent my ass off.
That's what I'm talking about. If and then the rest of them are thorium, you'll go out there and farm your ass off to get that thorium just to get the 5 second bang. 5 second bang. And now all of a sudden you've got a level 10 unit.
That's your bang for your buck. So you know that you're going to do the first day and you're going to coin it. The one that's 2 days, you're going to coin it all the way through 5. I think there was one unit that was 7. I even did that one to 7. And then all the other ones after that were Thor. And I was a Thor whore. Actually, speaking of which, that's when I needed Jordan to help me with an 80. Or not an 80, a 65. A Thor.
65, right.
Yeah. But I coined my way all the way through those first 6 or 7 days of that unit. So yeah, I will spend. You're right. You're exactly right, Shadow. You're exactly right. If they want us to get us back to spending and they want to get that money, that cha-ching, bring it back to that. Because I'm telling you, there's, like I said, there's not that many people in their right mind that are going to coin a 20 or 21 day upgrade. They're not going to do it. Okay, I'm just going to say it. This is Unshackled. I challenge Mr. Will Harbin without account numbers and names to show me the numbers of the people who would actually coin a 21-day upgrade. I challenge.
He's going to show his own name.
I said
that doesn't work for Kickside.
Yeah.
Or have any affiliation with Kickside either. That's including moderators, people who work in testing.
All right, you can't include moderators because I've coined some ridiculous
exactly.
stuff.
That's why.
Oh yeah, I have too. I mean,
anybody who has any affiliation with Kickside at any point now, in the past, in the present, isn't part of that. You get those fucking numbers, I will gladly scrutinize the living fuck out.
And I will straight out, if I'm wrong, I'll man up. I'll say, hey, okay, I was
will
wrong.
too.
But
I
I'm
will.
telling you right now,
I
I'll stand
won't.
right
and
now.
I
I'll stand right
Skip, Jordan, they have seen my transactions.
I've seen his transaction too.
Okay, and when it was a 5, when it was the 5 up time, oh man, I dropped.
That
I
time me
dropped
and
a
Skip
lot of
had to get
shit.
you, tried to get you, or no, that one time, me and Skip had to get you unbanned so many times.
Twice.
Yeah.
Mass ticketing. But I save everything. So, and I have dropped a lot. A lot. Hell, I just added another 25.
I honestly, I'm about to ask how much money I've spent in game altogether.
Oh, don't do that.
Hell,
I
I've
want
had
to
this
know.
conversation
Tech
with
Ninja
so many
was
players.
with me.
Don't do that.
Don't
I was
do
with
that.
I was with Shadow when he said me and him were in the chat at war, and this guy said, "You know what? I think I'll drop 100. I think I'll drop 1,000 just to make this guy mad, just to make him mad."
To fight a cheater.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I have done some dumbass shit, and that's where, that I don't do that no more.
Now, I've been in a
I
moderator
don't even do
chat
that
with
because it's not. I am not wasting my gold to upgrade.
I've been
If
in a
it's all
hangout with
time,
the true
I'll just
legends
wait.
of the game and watch Jano pull out his credit card and cha-ching drop $1,000 just to coin his base and hit the shit out of somebody else and coin it again and hit the shit out of somebody else. And until they got the message, he picked up that damn credit card, do it again.
Hell, Skip was with me when those what were they, the Widowmaker bases first came out?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we were sitting here late, like 3 o'clock. I was throwing my units, and she was like,
I said,
don't coin it.
Do it.
And I pulled out my credit card, and I was like,
shit, Wrong Thinker and Pascal goddamn got me to coin my damn
Yes,
Dina.
they did.
Oh, I remember that one. I remember that one.
You needed to raise that week.
Alright, I had Wrong Thinker and Pascal both peer pressure me into coining Dina live.
Coin it.
Shut up. Shut up. Because I'm telling you, I'm sitting here looking at my goddamn upgrades right now, and it's driving me batshit.
I know. I'm like depressing. I actually went in to look to see how much time I still had left, and I still had 2 days and 20 hours on the unit, and it's 124 gold. And God bless America, I am not doing it.
I know in the 5 years I've played this game, I could buy a brand new Mercedes.
I know
I think in the years I've played this game, I could probably buy all the food I've eaten.
There's one person that doesn't play this game anymore, and when he did go and find out that information, he could have paid off his mortgage and still had money left over. And that's
Hell yeah. I mean, but, at the end of the day,
I'm not disclosing for legal reasons.
At the end of the day, if they want to bring back the cold, and they have to, I'm sorry, but, or even now, it's now we got, 20 levels before we get to elite. So 1 through 10, time. 10 to 20, Thor. Then you get the elite level. From 11 to 15 time, 15 to, or up to 30 or 20 to 30, whatever. Split it.
And one more thing I got to make out. Kickseye, hello. Split the tech center. Give us multiple tabs, infantry, machines, and air. Split it. It's got to be done. I can't stress this enough. Nobody needs to sit there waiting on a Juggernaut, for instance, to upgrade the new Furies. You just got to split it.
Well, I stopped my Juggernaut. I had to stop my Juggernaut because I want to upgrade my Apollos.
Same difference. Furies, Apollos.
Okay, so, and as Lonnie so eloquently put it, my what do you call it? My little Tonka truck. Because it's like we're close to being elite yet. I mean, that is how you bring back the money. That is what you do. I mean, that's what you do to bring it back.
Yeah, because that gives you the bang for the buck. You become a Thor horde for the last levels, and you're still going to take damage, and you might even coin those repairs even. but then that makes you a Thor whore. But that gives you your bang for your buck. You've just spent, $100 on a unit. I'm just throwing a dollar figure out. Okay, you spent $100 on a unit to get it where you need it to be, and then you still have to go out and work for your Thor, but you've spent $100 on a unit, and that's your bang for the buck because you feel vindicated at that point. Then you finish the last of the levels, and then you can go out there and use that unit. You're not waiting forever, and then again, you're not dealing with the bottleneck.
And the thorium, the 5-second upgrades, a lot of those have gone away. Bring those back. I mean, once you get to the thorium level, yeah, you got to get out there and you've got to work and earn to get the thorium. Okay, now give me the 5-second upgrades. Don't make it another 10 days for thorium too. No.
No, I've seen that. That bugs me. That bugs me in my tech center when I go in to do thorium. If it's not, if it's 32 million, it's 5 second. I'm okay, But if it's 32 million or 24 million and it's 2 days, I'm like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Because for a mid-level player, okay, we can talk low levels too, but low levels don't have those units anyway, or a lot of that tech that they're doing in their workshop anyway. But for mid-level,
they don't have the storage either.
Yeah, and they just busted their fucking ass.
You guys cannot peer pressure me into this. Fuck you.
Coin it.
We'll fucking go right into the goddamn problem. This is my tech center as it stands right here, right now. Hammer, level 1.
Oh,
Hades, level 1. Purifier, level 1. Vindicator, level 1, even though I just got it.
Lord.
Juggernaut, level 1. Growler, level 4. Inferno, level 5.
What about your air?
Apollo, level 3. Fury, level 1. Archangel's a piece of shit. Sandstorm,
You're a piece of shit.
21. Shut up, you. Elite Titan, 26. Going to 27.
And there's the point, okay? They need to split off vehicles and air.
All of it. All of it needs doing.
You got infantry, you got vehicles.
I'd love to have my Omega Sandstorm. I want to upgrade my Furies. Because they're fucking brutal.
Oh, God, that costs so much.
The Jug.
Okay.
The Purifier and the Hades.
Imagine this. Okay, imagine
all that stuff I want to use, but it's such a low level, it remains absolutely useless.
But imagine this, you're doing the Hades and the Juggernaut at the same time. That's all I'm asking for. Okay? You got the Juggernaut, which is a Billy badass unit, don't get me wrong.
I'd love to be able to upgrade my Juggernaut and the Titan and have them both going concurrently.
Exactly.
While that is stuck in that tab and ain't going anywhere, I'm stuck to one unit and one unit alone.
Hello, Kickside, please split this.
I have posted multiple threads. I have posted in multiple threads. It's been pulled by Soloco. It's been pulled by Ron Thinker several times already. All I get from that is it'll get looked into and then it gets quietly buried and never spoke of again.
Exactly.
And I do not like being ignored.
Well, I mean, and then this is my point too, okay? I mean, bringing it out maybe on this show and calling them out on it. Come on. This is one thing that they need to do in this game that would make it better. You would spend more money to get to level 5, to push it to level 10 with thorium, okay? Or level 10 to push it to 20. If they just split this tab.
When they originally made the original Titan went from 1 to 50. Then they introduced 16 to 20, and it was all for it. And it was great. I was there when that update came out. I'm not entirely sure when the other 10 level 21 through the 30 came out. I don't know when those came out, but they were all time based, and they were a lot longer than they are now. They were 10 days, not 7, and they got a reduction, which is great. But 3 days might sound good, 3 days per level, but you're still doing one unit for 2.5 months,
And
Well, the one
on
that-
top of that, if you do the 2.5 month upgrade and you want to go straight out and max it to level 40, for instance, that's 90 days. That's 150 days worth of upgrades. 5 months. 5 months for one unit to max level.
And what's that cost?
Well, if you factor it out at 50 coins per day, it's 48 roughly, give or take conversion and rares and all the usual bullshit that goes with it. So 50 coins a day, multiply that by 7, which is 350, then multiply 350 by 5. That's what, 1,500, 1,600.
1650, something like that.
It's around 1,550 gold. That's $150. $155.
And you know, by the end, that unit might become worthless anyways at the very end because it's something that
it
can
might get superseded by the time this is done. They may already have the Shadow Ops ready to go and have the new unit finished and be ready to put out, so you can do your repeats and have it in the first couple of weeks. And have it. I might actually have the new unit built before I finish the Omega Titan.
And then how are you going to upgrade it?
I can't.
Delta, I already did.
It will go into.
Again, it goes into a queue.
It
And
will
what
go
do you want
into
more?
Because as soon as my Titans finish, I will be upgrading my Apollos. Because even though they're level 3, they kick fucking ass. Because I put the suppression bombs on, thanks to the Kickstarter event that gave me a crap ton of them. So you can all stop sending me fucking pictures. And then following the Apollo, the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut has to go up. Because that will go from 1 straight to 30. 20, I think it was 21 for the Elite Juggernaut? Because I want the Juggernaut to be done and be ready so I can really go and hit hard again like I used to.
This is the other part.
Actually, all I do with my hammers right now is I put them in to build to store thorium. That's all I do with them. They are nothing but thorium storage. Because I think I unlocked 3 or 4. I'd have to double check. In fact, I might even only have 2, but it's still, that's 80 million more I can store when I need to use it for an event or if we're doing an RAV run for missiles. It's the same thing with the Hades. I use it simply for thorium storage. Nothing else. That's it. Because there's no point in actually having it usable until it's a high enough level. Yeah, I got 3. So yeah, I got a Vindicator in there just to store thorium, and it's probably going to get cancelled half a dozen times. So I put a new one, just so I can build missiles or do upgrades or do something. It's like I went through all of my older stuff and scrapped a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I've got some Onis and some Javelins in there that I've kept from the old days, but most of this stuff I still use every once in a while. The Archangel Inspector I scrapped. Some older Tempests that I don't use got scrapped in favour of the advanced ones I have now. A lot of the SF that is now completely useless that I already promoted, I scrap because it's pointless to have, and it just wastes space.
But again,
the space thing is something else entirely, because you shove everything in the armory, it's completely pointless because you're paying to store units that you're not going to use. Why? I mean, they went from 20 to 30 in the storage. Why the hell wasn't there a capacity increase? Yeah, you get extra space in your platoon, so you can blow up all your shit and get 3 days of repair. But that's the problem. You've got space in your platoon, but there isn't enough capacity in the storage. The armory is the worst fucking idea in the world.
I agree.
Because if I want to use a unit and pull it back out, say Valkyries became useful again, like they did during the Hydra bases.
Or the Widowmakers.
Oh, the Widowmakers. I mean, the Widowmaker's been dead for years.
Exactly, but it's still was a good unit, and there are cases where you can use it, and it's in storage, and it sits there until, oh, I need a Widowmaker.
Yeah.
And I can bait something with it, like in an event with a Widowmaker, and I'm like, oh, okay. But then you still got to have the space in your live storage to fit it back out of the armory. How stupid is that?
You're going to pay to pull it out. You're going to
Yep.
pay to pull it back in.
Yep.
It's useless.
And you got to have the space to put it in.
Yeah.
So you got to have something to throw away.
It should be twice what it is. At least. Because you've got players going out and unlocking 20 Howlers or 30 Furies or whatever the hell the cap is on these units. I mean, you can have a personal cap of 999 Liberators. I mean, yeah, it's completely off the fucking wall because you can only put 60 in a full plat. But you could intrinsically unlock and build 999 Liberators. You don't even have the
Assuming that your
space
space
for 999 Liberators. Because
Yeah, I
if you
was gonna
built
say,
1,000
you only got
Liberators,
40,000
that's 60,000 space. I mean, you're not going to build 1,000 Liberators, but still. It's ridiculous. And when they did this so-called rebalancing of the base buildings, they removed the 5-second thorium upgrade from the base turrets, not the heavy platforms, the normal defense platforms. What is it? From 4 to 7 or 8, I think. It was all thorium. It was all 5 seconds. And I had started to get to that point where I was going to 5 second them all at once and then carry on from there. But they took it away. It's gone. You still have to pay a little bit of thorium, but they've made it 12 hours or 18 hours for some of them. I don't remember. Because I don't bother, because they're probably going to stay at level 1 until I'm done upgrading all of the other buildings in my base. Because that's what I do. I upgrade the necessary tech buildings, and then I work on the defense, because it's the easiest way to keep your units up to date. I say up to date, at least usable. So you can go and do the Iron Strike 60s and the Thorium 65 and keep going in the game. I mean, it gets ridiculous. And those hunters will shoot at your Furies, by the way. Whoever says they don't is a fucking liar. You'll lose about, what level is it?
Level 1.
Lose about half your health. Yeah, you'll get hit, mind you. They're not the level that I hit in the 80, so you might take a little less damage than I did. Because I went and purposely hit an 80 and got targeted by the hunter missile. I did it on purpose.
Damn it!
Just to
come
get
back
targeted.
here, you motherfuckers! Gotta hate the goddamn AI.
Isn't it marvelous they do the seek to the next target even though they're on manual control?
Because that's what's called passive AI.
Yeah.
Which is another fucking kickside bullshit term.
Exactly.
I mean, the bottom one you can knock out with cyclones. The top one is usually done by Dina and Shredder.
Well, I mean, I'm just testing it right now. I'm not gonna.
Well, if you have
fuck
Jericho
around.
with the max range, you could hit the top one.
Oh, I know that. I've got the Jericho. I was just testing them.
I'm saying the filth. Instead of using a shredder tech, because like right now, tomorrow I'm gonna be going crazy on Thor, so I'm stocking up on res now. So the Dina shredder works, but you only
I do a 60 with Jericho myself, but I know other people do it other ways.
I use my Howlers on these 60s, and then like the first half take out the hunters, and then put on my Elite Sandstorm and just take everything else out.
I was just seeing how they only got 3 built. I'm gonna have them all built in a minute.
Back when I had my Elite Titan and Sandstorm, I would take out all the roaming units, the Nightmares and that, and just put my Elite Titan and Sandstorm over top, pretty much on Ruby with Cyclones underneath of it. And that would wipe that base maybe 5-10 minutes repair. If you controlled them and took more time, I'd probably get it free. Acceptable damage, not free.
Yeah, I just wanted to see how they were. That's all. I mean, there's level 1. There's only 3 of them.
Drop bear says you
only
gotta
33.
spread your Furies out apart.
I know. I see it. I see it.
Yeah, that doesn't work in a 9-strike 60.
There's not really anything that does splash against air except that blitz, and the blitz ain't gonna damage him that bad. So
I can use my Howler platoon for like 4 or 5 times before I can heal him in this case.
I need like 30 of these suckers. So I need something.
I'm right outside your base.
But this is a new problem that Kixeye have secretly introduced and not told anybody about. The Blitz used to target drones. Now it doesn't. It bypasses your drones and will target your air directly.
I think it's been like that for a while.
It's been like that for a few weeks.
I was
And
gonna
of
say, I
course,
thought it was not longer like that. Like a couple years ago, I thought they changed that.
And of course, the reloll button is dead.
The reload
Well,
that has been broken for
That's
years.
been broken for years.
No, it's not broken. It's not broken. It was removed. It is not
Then
broken.
why show it?
That they just haven't fixed. They just haven't got around to taking that off. But the reroll button is not broken. It was purposely removed.
Hello, Kixeye. Again, going back to my post about Dr. Phil's grand post, the glitches just keep adding up and up and up. Please.
My biggest glitch is that my fucking unit's not moving around like I want them to. They disappear or skip around.
Or skip
they,
and,
or they jump, or they go from one part of the map instantly to the other.
Yeah. That,
Okay. But the point is, I mean, let's take a month off, pardon me. Okay. Let's skip an event and fix all these glitches.
oh no, that'll never happen.
Well, I know
Never,
they
never,
won't
never,
make any
never.
money.
But I mean,
No.
if you watch my Jericho,
You're looking at a game that is so old. They had it in the Vandal Pirates release notes earlier. When I was talking to Price yesterday, and he was doing his slideshows for the Battle Pirate show. That he goes into extreme detail, and it was just even with the release.
You're
They
talking
will
about
put
Price
the-
is Wrong, right?
Price is Wrong, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
And he was talking about it, and we were going through the notes, and he was doing the slides, and we were chatting. And I'd gone into the forum just to have a poke around, because I still poke around in the other forums just to see what's going on, because that's what I do. And there was a release note update posted by one of the other moderators, Loredo, something like that. He posted an update that listed extra problems that had been discovered while they were doing the other update, to do with certain parts not showing and some other bullshit not turning up. It's like every time a release comes out, and it's a cross-platform problem. Whether it be BP or War Commander or Vega Conflict, every time a release comes out, there is instantly a new bug that appears that screws everybody. I mean, I don't expect them to be perfect, because developing in Flash is a dying art. Nobody particularly does it anymore. Browser games are going the way of Dodo. And I'm going to repeat something that was said on a different show, that Rogue Assault is War Commander's killer. And eventually it will happen, and they will go the same way with War Commander they did with Backyard Monsters. One day they'll just pull the plug and not tell you. They will just pull the plug, and that'll be it. And they'll expect you to move to Rogue Assault or find something else to play.
You won't.
yeah. I won't play that game.
I
This is the
do.
only kick. This
I
is
do.
no.
I
This is the
do.
only Kickside game I
I
will
do.
ever play.
I played it hard and fast until this week. You won't. That's all I have to say about that.
No, I mean, I had alpha for that, because now it's
And
out.
I won't. I've already decided that this is the only Kickstarter game I will ever play. I will never play another one. If this dies, then I'm done.
War Commander is the last vestige of hope.
You're
And
going
when
to be
War Commander
dragging
goes,
the bolts.
I go with it.
Yep.
When War
I
Commander
won't.
goes, I go with it. That's it. Kickside get nothing else out of me after this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I won't either. Okay. I've spent over
I'll go
4
play
years.
fucking World of Warships before I go play fucking Rogue Assault again.
And I'm just not doing it. No, I'm not going to another game. I'm
I'm
not
keep
trying
playing.
to
I'm going to
start
keep being there
over.
for the community. I'm going to keep doing all those kinds of things, which is why I do what I do. And you guys know I moderate more than I play. But there is always a mentality, and there's always a business model. There is usually change enacted, and we have, and I don't want to go negative here. I want to go positive. We have been successful in enacting change.
Yeah.
Even after they said, well, this will never happen. And then they were like, you know what? We really screwed up. Granted, it took all of us getting together to show them or speak with our wallets that they needed to make an adjustment. But yeah, I know you guys won't, because I know the kind of money and the time that you put into this game, and you're not going to want to do that again.
No.
No, just the amount of time and effort to invest just to make yourself relevant in games. So yeah, you guys will stay. You guys are going to stay. Everybody on this panel that I'm looking at, every single one of you, you guys are, I'm just going to say it flat out. You guys are the legends of this game. So when this game does go by the way of the dodos, I honestly, they somewhere, somehow, your name should be carved and etched in stone on Bush Avenue.
Oh no, my
mean that
name is
honestly.
carved in.
Yeah, they're gonna etch mine right on the shitter. Just on my name.
Oh dear.
Shadow killer.
Shadow killer.
We've been through a lot of stuff. Speaking of shitter, we've been through a lot of crap together. We've been through multiple CMs. We've been through multiple events, huge failures. Great conversations with great people at Kixeye. So, I tip my cowboy hat to every single person on this, and I know that sounds like a shout out, but to every single person on this panel, every Google Plus hangout that you get in, Daba, Fuck You, Shadow, Dr. Phil, Peel, all you guys who get in and just say, well, what is it that you need help with? Jordan even, let me show you how to do that with Warhawks. Okay, not now with Warhawks, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Let me show you how to do what you need to do. Jordan did the whole event with his Dante and his Ultras, for crying out loud. So, in a really, really old air. So, I mean, if he was able to do his whole event and get everything he wanted that was critical to the game, I mean, you guys are true legends. And I want to say thank you to all of you for all that you do for the community, because you really do.
Most of my event, Liberators, Experts, Jericho, Missiles, my Titan and Sandstorm and some Cyclones. That's it. I didn't use anything else. I didn't have anything else that was good enough to use.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want you guys to go anywhere. I want you to stay exactly where you are. I don't want you to like spend your time someplace else. So Dr. Phil, that little bit of time that you spent with my cousin, okay, because we used to share the same lane, and I swear we're related somehow because he grew up just 35 miles from my entire family. So we're probably cousins somehow or another. But I'm just saying, I got jealous for a minute. Just the fact that you were hanging with somebody from Battle Pirates. I'm hurt.
I hang with everybody. I'm non-discriminatory.
Non-discriminatory. Okay, I got you.
I hang with Battle Pirates. I hang with Vega. I hang with Vegans. I hang with Elite Commanders.
Statistics, but he gets some kick-ass information from Kixeye when it comes to statistics, so he doesn't have to make it up or say, well, fill in the blank here. He gets that stuff, and
Price knows Battle Pirates better
inside out and backwards.
He knows it. He knows it better than the developers do, and they really fucking hate him for it sometimes.
Yes, they do. Sorry, it's TMI.
But he knows his shit, and that's what I respect about him for. I mean, I don't play Battle Pirates anymore, but when he does an event, he does a live event stream when his event kicks off, much the same as we do. I'll go sit and watch him. Because he does. The first day he does an event like that, he pulls a Shadow Killer. He will blow up his shit on the first time he goes out if he hasn't got it right.
Yep, and he will get frustrated and agitated just like we do when the AI doesn't work, and then he'll come right out and he'll say, do you see this ballistic weapon? It's supposed to get X, Y, and Z range, and this, it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. I should be able to reach here and I can't reach there. He'll explain
will
what
put
kick
them out
size
on
units
nipples.
have. He doesn't even have to see because they don't tell you. Just like when we go into a PVE, he can tell you just by whatever ship the kick side throws at him, what's on the ship, based on the range and the damage that he's taking. And he knows his shit inside out and backwards.
He
No,
does.
I'm not kissing his ass. I am honoring the man.
I'm not either. I do have a lot of respect for the guy.
Yep, another legend in a game, in a kickside game. Another legend.
Him and a legend that did leave Battle Pirates, Captain Nash.
Yeah, Captain Nash. He just gave. I mean, he was just done. I miss him, but he was just done. He was the one who gave me my first chance on a Battle Pirate.
He was the king
around
of the
it.
Battle Pirates for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
And he's the nicest guy on the planet. Wouldn't piss him
Yeah.
off.
No, don't piss him off.
He had a mean streak. I know that much. But he
All
was
right, guys.
good.
It's almost midnight. I'm fucking tired.
Let's wrap this bitch up.
Hell yeah. All right. We'll throw some shout outs out there, baby, and then we're going to wrap this motherfucker up. So we're going to start down there. Who we got left on here? David the Douche. Get on here, motherfucker. Say
Why?
your piece.
Do I have a choice?
No.
Yeah, not really.
Damn it. All right. Thanks to everybody out on the panel right now. Skip, good to see you. And I will say thank you to Kixeye for providing the new unit that we're going to be receiving for the Shadow Ops. Whether or not it'll be good, we'll find out. Shout out to everybody on YouTube and everybody that will watch this show later, because I know you will. Excuse me. Other than that, that's it.
All right.
And I'm saving my last shout out before you click and show.
All
Fuck you,
right. Debo.
All right, shout out to everybody on the panel. Shadow, thank you for putting this show on every week. Thank you for having me on as much as you do. Thank you to everybody out on YouTube. Skip, love you. All the assholes in my crew, and everybody have a good night.
All right, Daba.
Got a couple. Thanks to Kixeye for putting a semi-decent event overall. Shout out to every single war commander out there on the panel, out on YouTube. Those who probably won't even see this, whatever. All you guys for doing the event and played for the past, since Thursday, I'm too lazy to count, 7 days,
5
6 days,
days.
whatever. There you go, 5 days.
6, maybe.
And 5, depending on whether you count Wednesday as a day of the event. It's only half a day, but anyways, yeah, shout out to all you guys that did the event, to Slave and whatnot, and all, you got all your units. I got one word to say out to all you guys. Congratulations, job well done. Enjoy your new units.
Coin it.
And yes, that's the best advice I can give you. Coin it. But shout out to Raid and 49. Knowledge, we shall be burning Sector X on Friday again. We'll be back with the raves, so come and join us. Wednesday's show is for tips, information, yada yada yada, that kind of stuff.
Friday's burn time.
Exactly. We had somebody on YouTube asking, is today burn time? And so I just wanted to put that out there. And finally, to Dr. Phil, Merry Feliz Navidad Kwanzaa.
What?
All right, Wildeye. D.
What did you say?
Merry
Give a
Feliz
shout
Navidad
out
Kwanzaa.
to
Huh?
We'll tell you at the end of the show.
shout
Oh.
out to everybody on you're here. I would like to shout out to my clan in 108, the Hell's Knights. Hell yeah, y'all come on, baby. It was a great event. I got to give them credit for that. Y'all take care and have a good one. Later, bye.
All right. Tech went to go get food,
Typical.
so go fuck him. Iron Man, you got any shout outs?
Yeah. Shout outs to everyone in YouTube land. Shout outs here in the panel. Shout out to my clan in Sector 162. BT. Kicking it as always. And yeah. That's all. Everybody leave.
Alright.
That's all, folks.
McLovin, you got any shout outs?
Just to the panel and then all the people fighting in one. It's boring as fuck, but I can't leave.
I'm just for Sector 1, you guys are going to get a new visitor. It's not anyone on this panel, but I know of somebody that's going to go to Sector 1 and have some fun, so just be warned.
Yeah, hopefully he's against me. The more enemies, the better.
Good luck to
He's
him.
gonna-
I've been to Sector 1.
person's
That
just gonna-
motherfucker's a madhouse.
This person's just going to hit everything and anything. This person doesn't care about tags, so you've been warned. I didn't send the person either. They just PM'd me and said they were going to do it, so.
Oh,
you go.
good luck to him. That's all I gotta say, because I've been there and that motherfucker place is crazy. All right, Skipjack. Oh, Skipper.
Yes, my love.
Let us hear your beautiful voice and give us your shout outs, love.
I would like to give my first sexy shout out to Mothin, who wouldn't let me sing happy birthday to him. My
Do it
second
anyways.
super
No.
sexy shout out to Fuck You, and because my husband has asked me nicely not to give the details because I asked him, he knows why I'm giving him his sexy shout out, and Jim would like to say thank you very much. I'd like to give a super sexy shout out to the War Commander team as a moderator that I work with every day, regardless of how frustrated I am and how many times I do the things that I do and get my mod hand slapped, for having the patience to put up with me and to listen to my constructive rants and my cussing, although it's not Tech Ninja Des cuss level worthy. And my frustrations. I'd like to give a super wonderful shout out to the person who was willing to share the information that they were willing to share in advance just for us on Unshackled, ladies and gentlemen. So you all got your Shadow Ops sneak peek right here on this show before the information is released very probably late afternoon tomorrow. And I want to thank Shadow Killer for being there for me always, as a brother from a different mother. And I'd like to thank all of the community who reached out to me and thanked me for my assistance in forums, for my assistance with the event, the people we got in Google Plus rooms so that they could get their rent done, so they'd stop getting the defeated window, or we could get rid of their banner bars or whatever it is that we needed to do. Thank you for actually coming back and saying thank you, because sometimes I just do it and I wear myself out. And I shouldn't be doing that, but I do it because I don't want you all to be boned by the community, by Kick's Eye. So I do what I do for you guys, not for me. And anybody who says otherwise is a lying bitch. That's all I have to say about that.
All right, Princess Doc.
Princess Duck. You heard it here first.
I
All
have been
right.
waiting and holding that one in all since I thought about it.
Hold on, real quick. Shouldn't it be Princess Shadow, since Shadow's a female in the event?
Oh,
No. I am transgender. Thank you very much.
Right, for the first time ever, Doc Phil now has an official hit list. You find this person, there is a bounty to be collected if you find the person and send the sector number and his coordinates to me. His name is Bamer, Bamer. He currently has a picture of a skull as his profile picture on the Kickside forum. You find his base, you PM me his sector and his coordinates, and there will be a small reward in it for you. And I'm not telling you what it is, just for fun. It's
Double
just to
gold.
keep you in suspense. Oh no, there will be a reward, and it'll be a nice one. But other than that, I want to shout out to every single person on the panel tonight. I want to personally welcome back Techniques of Jazz, just because I know it'll grind on Cybertoad's nerves, and it makes me very happy. I want to shout out to the wonderful, beautiful, legendary Skipjack, the Queen of War Commander, for being on the panel tonight. It is great to see you for an entire show on the panel, because usually you're here for a little bit and then you disappear. But it's nice to see you on the full show. I want to shout out to Shadow Killer for running tonight's show and getting everything sorted. Shout out to all the guys in YouTube, especially Danny and Red Steel. YouTube motherfuckers, you need to go get a room. I'm done.
All right. Now, before I get my shout outs out there, just let everybody know tomorrow, if there is an update, we will throw down a show to comment and talk about the update. We will be having our rave run Friday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And then the next one will be 2 p.m. for the international version. Saturday night, baby. Or Saturday afternoon. Let's see. Anything else?
Saturday afternoon smash.
Yep. That's it, baby. Yeah. I do have one thing to say.
Oh,
We are
no.
all legends. Every single person out there that plays this game, we're all legends. All of us. So always remember that. Always take that to heart. Also, this show is open mic. Don't need to PM nobody to jump on. It's first come, first serve. All right. So that being said, I want to thank. Oh, also, I will never close comments or chat. This motherfucker will be up for everybody. If you fucking don't like me, let me know. I want to know. If I'm doing something fucking wrong, get on and let me know. I ain't
I
hiding.
let you know all the time. You don't listen.
You go fuck yourself, goddamn white people. I have nothing to hide at all. I want to know everything. I want to know it all. Good, bad. I don't give a flying fuck. If I'm messing up, tell me. So you never have to worry about that shit ever being closed down, people. Ever. You'll always get to see how many likes, how many dislikes. You'll always be able to comment one form or another, unless you put some bullshit on there, and then you got to fucking go. But other than that, we're always open. We like 7-Eleven in this motherfucker. Want to shout out to everybody who came out to see. I want to shout out to the panel. All you guys kick fucking ass. The Queen, we're honored to have you on our show. We love you. Much respect from all of us, from the whole community. Tech Ninja, welcome back. You stupid fucker. You should never have came back, because now you're back for good. To the people out there who gave me the picture for the new Shadow Ops unit, thank you. You guys kick fucking ass. Y'all know who you are. Everybody out there on YouTube, y'all rock. Y'all make this show what it is. We are all legends in this motherfucking community, baby. All of us. And we don't need anybody to tell us any different, baby. None. So make sure you guys log on tomorrow. You never know. I'll have a show, open mic. Jump the fuck on in. I'll have I'll have that hangout right there on YouTube for everybody to join. Friday. Now, Friday night, to be on the panel, you got to be ready to slow. You got to be able to throw the fuck down, baby. You got to be willing to jump out there and fight. Either you just snap and polite. It's blah, 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 blah. You got to be able to snipe, plat, something. All right, so you guys jump on Friday night. You got to fight. Whether you're with us or against us, I would love to have somebody who is in a sector we jump in, to jump in on chat with us, so we can have you on there and have us on there, and we can just have a blast. So if we jump to your sector, we will let you know. We will make sure we give you a YouTube if you guys are willing to jump on the goddamn show. Talk mad shit. That is all. The only thing I don't ask: no religion, no politics, no family. But if we fuck up, get on there. Let's just have a damn good time. So if we jump to your sector, we'll post a YouTube. Come join us.
There is only one political thing you need to remember. All hail the immortal Dr. Phil.
Listen here, princess.
No. The only religion you need is coin. Coin is above all.
That's it. So please, if we do happen to land in your sector, don't take it personal. We're only there for a couple hours. I think like the four is the longest we've been in the sector. So don't take it personal. Throw down, get nasty with us. It's all for fun. All right.
If they attack your sector, it's because you've been targeted. Take it personal.
Shut up. Thank you all for coming out. Y'all kick ass. We will see you guys tomorrow afternoon whenever they drop that goddamn updates. While they're doing updates, we'll probably throw a show in just so we can rag on somebody. I don't know. We'll pick on somebody to pick on.
I was gonna say because there's gonna be chests for a certain unit in game that you guys like. So
hell yeah. So make sure you guys.
I'm just saying, you make sure look out for that special show, because as soon as they drop that update, you guys are gonna want to know, and you're gonna want to see what that stuff's all about.
Yep. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to my page. To our page. Like and subscribe, because when you like and subscribe, you'll get the little notification saying when the show is up and running. All right. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. Come join us. We are War Commander Unshackled, baby. We're out. Peace, baby.